thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, long as she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, this really levels to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. This a whole new world, you ain't never know existed. Money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, long as she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, this really levels to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. This a whole new world, you ain't never know existed. Money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, long as she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, this really levels to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. It's a whole new world, you ain't never know existed. Money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, long as she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, it's really levels to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. It's a whole new world you ain't even know existed. Yeah, money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, long as she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, yeah, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, it's really levels to this. Come on me, I can show you the difference. It's a whole new world you ain't even know existed. Money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have.
Get the lights up, let's go. Get the lights up.
She getting flew out, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah.
We back, gang, let's go.
It's really levels to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. This a whole new world you ain't never know existed. Money ain't nothing to me. I just might spend a couple thousand just to show her that it's different with me. Yeah, she fell in love with the green. I told her she could have what she want, long as she rollin' with me. She getting flew out, yeah, private plane. Let me show you what this life about. Yeah, it's really levels to this. Come with me, I can show you the difference. It's a whole new world you didn't even know existed.
Who they playing with, gang? Who they playing with, man? Money ain't nothing to Ratchet gang, you know what I'm saying? We might blow a couple stacks just to let her know it's real. No, I'm tone bite. Let's get the lights up, man. Double tap that screen. We finna go in. Let's go.
Thought it was me and you, but you had other plans instead.
I'm talking about, know I'm talking about, know I'm talking about. We back, Ratchet Gang. We back with another one. We back with another banger. Let's get the likes up. Look, you might have forgot. Hell, they might have forgot. But you already know it's the king. Too loyal, know I'm talking about Ratchettv. Hey, y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Get the likes up if you in the building. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Tap that notification bell so you can get the drop whenever I drop. So boom. Man. We got to talk, Ratchet Gang. We got to chop it up. Look, right about now, we got to chop it up about this. And see, I've been traveling, and the holidays was yesterday, so I want to let everybody get enjoy their holiday. I had to drop yesterday, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take the day off, and I'm gonna let Ratchet Gang take the day off, man. Let everybody enjoy their families. I'm kicking it, having fun with the fam and shit. So, plus I came back home on the 4th to kick it with the fam and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm back in Dallas, as you see. But there's been a lot of misinformation and a lot of craziness going on since I was in New York and since I left New York, right? So before I start this, everybody double tap your screen and get the likes up. Everybody in the building, just double tap the screen, get the likes up. Also, I want to ask y'all a question, man. In that poll, there's a question. Do you think Tisa is a known liar? Let me know in the chat. It's just your opinion. Let me know in the chat. Do you feel she's a known liar? And we're going to go over a lot of stuff tonight. So I'm back home. I can really do this now. See, I think it's a lot of people who just got hip to my platform that don't really know me or know how I really get down over here, man. You know what I'm saying? We back in the YouTube studio tonight, man. We back in the building tonight. You see the YouTube plaque, you see the lights, you know what it is, man. Your boy Big Ratchet is back. The vibes is back. I told y'all, Ratchet Gang, I never lie to y'all. And I have never let y'all down, and I never will disappoint y'all. So you know I got a hell of a show tonight. You see, we've been going at the elites. There's a difference between me and everybody else. I'm exposing the people that I'm in the same building with. You talk about, hey, Ratchet, don't go outside. Ratchet is outside with the people you should be scared of. Ratchet is in front of a federal building exposing the feds. Ratchet giving y'all all the stuff that they not giving y'all in mainstream media. You see, a lot of y'all are very misinformed, and y'all got shit in my Shamar voice, misconstrued in my Shamar voice. Y'all got it all, y'all got the game backwards over here. I don't need clicks, views, clout, none of that shit. Ratchet, as a matter of fact, I'm a known opposite of whatever the hell you would call a clout chaser. I don't have to do shit for clout. I'm seeking the truth in a lot of shit. Now, you can use my name and do whatever you want to, Tisa. That's fine with me. I've been hearing the little shots you've been taking, but it's okay, Jacqueline. Allegedly, it's okay, Jackie. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Miss Tisa. We gonna get to it. We gonna get to it all tonight. I told you your tea would spill all over the internet one day, didn't I? Didn't I tell you your tea would spill all over the internet one day? This is bigger than Tisa, but I'm gonna definitely expose you on my way through this motherfucker. Now, ask yourself a question. Why didn't anything hit the mainstream media that really went on in the courtroom? Like, it ain't just me anymore. I'm glad there's been a content creator who has actually spoken out about. It's been people in that building with us. Not everybody is willing to stand on 10 and expose what's really happening. There's several people who have been standing up and speaking out, but y'all use that to say we're hating on everybody, right? These are people who have been sitting side by side with us. There's a group of content creators who it ain't just content creators, but it's mainly content creators because we're the only ones who know the real ins and outs. If you really think about it, the mainstream media is not going to tell you what's going on. Obviously the federal building ain't gonna tell you what's going on, allegedly. The public really don't got a voice to tell you what's going on. They might be able to go tell their family what they saw. It's really up to the content creators to get the truth out. You got to think about this. It's the mainstream media has an agenda. The feds have an agenda. Diddy's team has an agenda. When you say the prosecution has an agenda, the defense has an agenda, the judge has an agenda, the building has an agenda, also mainstream media has an agenda, and certain content creators have an agenda. You see, I don't want y'all ever to get things confused as I'm a hater. Nah, there's no reason to hate. There's just things going on that I'm about to expose, and all I can say is everybody's in danger right now, and y'all don't even see it. It's bigger than Diddy, it's bigger than me, it's bigger than you. Not many people understand this assignment right now. Not many people can really tell y'all what the hell is about to happen. All right? So I'm trying to dance around this shit, but I'm trying to figure out a way to remember the story I'm telling y'all about the dude who shows up to the courtroom. I'm telling y'all about what's really going on. Certain people jumping up on platforms and just not telling you the truth about what's going on inside the courtroom. We're sitting there together, right? I'm with you with me, all the content creators in the group. We know what's going on. But we also know that there's a game being played outside this courtroom. There's a game being played inside this courtroom. The judge is showing a bias. The prosecution made up the entire case. We just really witnessed. Fuck what your feelings told you about the video of Cassie being released. That was strategically done. The feds leaked the video to the public so when they go make the arrest, no one feels sorry for Diddy. See, they didn't expect some people. There are actually people on the front line fighting for justice. Like, bro, this is injustice. No matter how you shape this up of what you thought about Cassie, take that out of your fucking head and let's talk about justice. This is injustice. What you're looking at is complete injustice. Fuck your feelings. You don't belong here. If your feelings are that much involved, you don't belong here. You can't. That's why we can't coexist. I can't coexist in a room full of weak ass people. I'm the strongest one in the room. Let me stand up and tell you this person is full of shit, and let me give you the truth. I've watched it for long enough. So, we're here. We're in the courtroom. There are certain things that are being said in the courtroom, like, why didn't you get on your platform and tell, you're making a joke out of this and making a mockery out of Diddy and his family. Meanwhile, if this was your loved one or anyone close to you that was being done like this, you would be like, bro, this is fucked up. What is going on? There's something going on with this. Why did Diddy's lawyer get up there and say, with this Mann Act, this is for PDF files? It's been proven that Diddy had nothing to do with kids. This is in court. Fuck what you say. I'm not talking about, forget your feelings. Take them all out of the equation when it comes to the Diddy case. This is them jumping up in court saying this is a Mann Act law. And this is, you brought this for people like the Epstein. You know what I'm saying? What is this? You put a Mann Act law on a dude who's only charged with prostitution. Every major charge he's been acquitted of. He did not do it. The jury said it didn't happen. Cassie and all, fuck what you think. The jury doesn't believe Cassie. The jury doesn't believe Jane. The jury doesn't believe the feds. But by law, on a technicality, just like I said, on a technicality, he will be locked up on a technicality. He deserves to walk, but on a technicality, the prostitution was proven. But it's bullshit. You used a fake RICO to even make this happen. This is just to please Cassie with her manipulative ass. Now she wants to come out and make a statement that she's in fear of her life. Well, why didn't you ever go to the fucking police if you were in fear of your life? Matter of fact, you were okay with everything that happened to you. You know how I know that? Because they're not no one's saying this in the media. You took the money. That shows you never was going to the police. The feds scooped you up and told you, well, you do know what he did was prostitute you out. You do know that, right? You do realize that what he did to you was sex trafficking. You do know that, right? But I can prove this. All I need you to do is say all I need you to do is say this. Go with this script, get your people together. You already got your money. Matter of fact, you was okay with the hotel covering it up because you under the table took 10 million from the hotel too. So you copped 30 million for this, which means to say you felt like the money and you settled. You settled for an amount of money, which means, okay, everything you did to me, I'm okay with as long as you pay me sub amount of money. And then you flipped on them. That's the truth. Fuck what you think. That is the facts. This all came out in court. The text message, she was okay with everything. There's workers that are coming out right now and blaming Cassie for the whole thing. Now that she dropped that baby, everybody finna come back for the millions that she took from Diddy because she was the one doing all this. She should have been arrested right with Diddy if that's the case. If that's the case, Cassie should be in jail with Diddy. And so should the other females, if that's the case, because y'all was all doing this. Y'all was all doing the exact same thing. There was no sex trafficking. There was no drug distribution. There was none of it. There was no RICO. There was no criminal enterprise. There was no nothing. All it was some freaky ass people. That's all this was about. This was get back. Just like I said, this is what came out in court. They said this is a Mann Act law for a man who is charged with prostitution. This has never happened. He gave so many examples. Look at this case. Look at this case. Look at this case. Look at this case. Look at all these cases. And I got more. These are Mann Act laws for children involved. He has no children involved in any of his. Matter of fact, it never came up in court, not once. Tisa, didn't you say that he was going to go down for that too? That's what you said. There's nothing that came up in court about anything other than his sexual relationship with Cassie and these other bitter ass females. It was a bunch of jealousy. This was about get back. But the feds been wanting Diddy. Now watch where I take you. I was one of the people too who used to run with the stories of the Biggie. I used to run with the stories of the Kim Porter. I used to run with those stories. But now when you sit back and look at the real facts, who is really putting this out there and what's really going on behind the scenes? Because didn't the feds take out Pac and Big? So now we know P. Diddy ain't a snitch. We know he's a stand-up dude. He's no rat. He ain't a fed. P. Diddy is not a fed. No matter what you ever thought, Puffy is a solid dude when it comes down to, hey, he ain't said a fucking word. Mouth shut. Let's get the facts out. I didn't do that shit. And it came out he didn't do it. So how do we know the feds didn't take out Biggie because P. Diddy was making too much money? He was doing too much, and he had all the elites with him, throwing all these parties. He got everybody on tape doing everything. He got the game sold up without these motherfuckers. He never took the bait, it looks like. How do we know they didn't take Kim Porter away from him? How do we know they didn't take everything away from him? Every time he had a new artist, they get everybody around Diddy dying. Why is that? Now when it's all said and done, they leave Diddy right there by himself to give him life because they could never get him on nothing. So they made up a whole fucking case just to railroad him into something. Meanwhile, they're trying to set something up in California. So I get a phone call the other day, and I'll name drop this. I ain't gonna tell you who called me, but I'm gonna tell you it was another person on the phone with us, and Uda will tell you this happened. Straight up, Uda will tell you, yeah, he ain't lying. But I ain't gonna put a name on it and say who we was talking to or what was going on. I'm gonna tell y'all some shit though. Do y'all want the drop? I get a phone call from Diddy's people. I'm gonna just say people connected to the situation. I just say I get a phone call from people connected to the situation, right? If you want the drop of what this conversation was about, double tap that screen to get these likes up, man. Because y'all be watching my content, but y'all be BSing on my likes, man. Come on now, let's go. If you want to support the channel, drop a super chat. See, we got $20 on the screen. I'm just locked in, y'all. I'm just locked in right now. So I'll get to that later. But salute to everybody who donated to the channel, man. So I get a phone call. Where we at, man? I need 100 people to hit the like button, man. Y'all BSing, dog. Y'all BSing, man. I don't think y'all even. Do y'all want to be here tonight? Come on, man. Do y'all want to be here tonight? Because I got a lot for y'all tonight. We just getting. I'm not even started yet. The show ain't even started yet. I'm really just venting at this point. We ain't even going there yet. I got a long night of bullshit. We on that bullshit tonight. All right. 50 more likes, man. Double tap the screen. 50 more people double tap that screen. So my phone rings. I see it's a New York number. I need 40 more people to double tap that screen. Y'all think I'm playing? I'll just get on with the show. I won't even tell y'all, but I need 20 more people. Come on, y'all. I ain't finna play with y'all tonight. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. So anyway, I get a phone call, right? Now, I had just got back to Dallas, and this was yesterday. I get a phone call. I get a phone call yesterday, and I had literally just got back to Dallas. And then it was, Uda. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, hey, somebody on the phone want to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Woo. Long story short, me and the person are talking, and they like, hey, fam, what you doing? Or, we watching, so you doing, we love what you're doing. Matter of fact, we've seen that shit that happened, and that needed to happen. And you know what I'm talking about. I'm being, you know what I'm saying? Just stay with me. And like, yeah, we seen what happened, you know what I'm saying? And I got word that the entire family, including Diddy, know about what happened. Everybody know about what happened. But this has been something that they know that these content creators are trying to, certain people were there to spin the narrative. Now, I can even go to show you more proof of federal plants. Like, you got the girl out there with the blue hair. That's a plant. Come on, man. Like, I mean, you just got to listen to and watch what's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the girl, the Candy girl, who was just out there wilding out, arguing with people every day. That girl wasn't crazy. Not at all. I think she was far from crazy. I think she was just sent there. You know what I'm saying? I think she had a job to do. I think she did her job very well. I think a lot of people, and I'm going to get to the phone call in a minute. I think certain people were just there to, that Diddy case, if you just had to be there, fam. It's just different for me just talking to you than the energy you felt when you're there. It's just like, bro, something is so off. And every morning I would get there, I would tell you, like, this energy is just, it was weird. When I went back to New York this time, the energy was just so off. But I met certain people, and this time I got closer to the case than I ever did. And a lot of stuff happened behind the scenes too. Like, it was a lot going on. So y'all saw a lot of what went on because I gave y'all way more content this time than I did last time. I feel like this time y'all got way more content. So I did go live longer with y'all and did more with y'all because I wasn't in the courtroom all day. So you was able to feel the energy, but it was a lot more going on even when the cameras cut off. This is making sense. You just gotta listen to me. When I land this plane, you won't be able to dispute nothing I'm saying. You'll know this ain't coming from hate in my blood, bro. This ain't coming from this is no malicious intent. This is the truth. These are facts. So when we're gonna get to all the bull, when we'll address the Tisa, like, it's just so much that we have to put all this on the table, fam. Like, you guys have to understand this is real life and something is going on right now. And I don't know what the fuck it is, but I just know that something ain't right. Something ain't right with this P. Diddy situation. So I get a phone call, and the phone call is, they was telling me they watching everything, they know what's going on, and they seeing how the narrative is being spent. But hey, man, we see you. I was told that the whole family know about everything that's been going on, and it's just a certain someone who has just been attacking them, just been attacking him and his family repeatedly, being biased and lying. And that would be you, Tisa. There's a lot of shit you lied about. So me calling you a liar and addressing you and saying you was a liar, it made perfect sense because that's all you did was lie. There was a lot that you didn't talk about that came out that courtroom. And now there's other content creators speaking out that were there. They're also saying, yeah, that's true. We was all in the courtroom and this would be said. And even Sean Gundy from Podcast with Soul, for Sean Gundy, who is my boy, I really like him. He is a dope person. He is really, really cool. Salute to Sean Gundy. He's really cool. He's dope. So I I was even speaking to him during my time there. I actually got an interview that I have not dropped yet that I do want to end up playing. I'm gonna end up showing y'all that video. It's in the vault. There's a video with me and Sean Gundy, and he is a dude got some game. That's all I can say. He got some real game. So salute to him. So anyway, they watching everything going on. They see it, but they know that certain someone has just been sent. Everybody knows. It ain't just me. The family also feels like this person was sent. The family wants to know. This is the family. This ain't. And if you think I'm lying, ask anyone you know connected with the situation. They'll tell you, yeah, that's true. Or they might. I don't know. But anyway, I know if you talk to certain people, you'll know. You already know about it if you know some people. But anyway, the family is basically saying this person, they know about the secret rooms that they go into. They know about the special access. They know about the person showing up at a certain time and is walking right through shit, like how you able to get, you know what I'm saying, this special treatment, and like the family gets this treatment. The family also knows that this person has even been sent to they know that there's no credentials there, but even gave certain media pass privileges. Only one person. This is the family speaking, not content creators. This is the family. They watching it. They like, how is this happening? And who is this? You know what I'm saying? Like this is somebody that's working. This is somebody completely against Diddy. And this person has been sent by the government to spin the narrative on social media. I'm telling you, when certain things would happen in court, you're not speaking on this. Like, you're not speaking on the fact that Cassie lied. This person lied. This person lied. You're not speaking about the defense's great points that they were making. You're not speaking about certain things that would go actually pop off in court. Other content creators jump on a live and give you this information, but you're acting like this never happened. Like, or you'll tell a completely different story. Completely different. Completely different. You'll spin it like, what the fuck how did we just come out the same courtroom? Where did this happen at? Let me read a few comments, man, before I go in. But yeah, the family, they questioning a lot of shit. But they also said this person is broke. They said, look, bro, there would be no point in me wasting my money going after somebody with absolutely fucking nothing. This person ain't got nothing. Look, Vasilis, stop. This person ain't got nothing. This person is broken. We could tell by the polyester suits this motherfucker wear to court every day. We could tell by her choice of wigs. This came from you can believe whatever you want to, but it came from the family. They said they know by the choice of wigs that old girl be popping off with. They could tell by the choice of wigs she ain't got no money. And they could tell by came from them. They said them polyester suits that she was wearing every day. I'm not suing nobody who wear polyester. Say, well, look, I'm not suing nobody who going to court in a polyester suit, fam. It's just not happening. So that came from the family. I know they're laughing at that one. All right, but it's not wig. Yeah, but the crazy thing is, this person ain't even black. Not that you have to be to cover the story. I'm just wondering, did y'all know that this person wasn't African American at all, but said that they were raised by? Didn't Kamala Harris have a similar? Didn't Kamala have a similar story? And we all knew that because the research has been done. I don't think some of y'all really know who I am or how I get down. I know everything. You're from Hawaii. Your descent is from Hawaii, Filipino, and Asian. You have Asian descent, not African American. Did y'all know that? Drop the gems if I'm telling the truth, and drop the caps if I'm lying. You're Asian. Nothing wrong. Nothing against anybody of any race. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, like, I didn't know that you were Asian, Filipino, and uh, I had no idea that you were Hawaiian and shit. Like, I ain't have no idea. But you've been portraying as a black woman. That's interesting. I found that interesting when I got that research back about you, because there's a whole little community of people that have been exposing you, and they got all your. It's some gossip blog. Y'all probably know about the damn gossip blog. I'm pretty sure every girl in here know about it, because I be hearing girls talk about it. But this is where they got your. I said all your tea will be. It's if you looking for it, it's out there. Her whole shit, everything. Everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. Did y'all know about that though? Oh, they dropping the gems. They say you ain't lying. So some people did know about that. Some people did know about it. They said, yep, there you go, KP. That's exactly where it said. Said that wig is straight from Amazon, 1999. That wig is loose. Said y'all so jealous. Nah, they said she's cooked. Tisa tells lies. Tisa tells is a liar. Salute Paul for the $5. Look, I didn't see nobody super chat, so if y'all send me something, man, I wasn't even reading the comments. All right, so we gonna go there later. We're gonna go more into that later, and I'll prove it. I said she's very pretty but fake. Oh, she's beautiful. No one's here to bash her. No, this ain't a bashing. I give out I gotta be honest and just give the receipts and the truth. That's it. So. And there's more that I'm gonna save. You know, I always keep one like tucked away. I know a lot, but I'm never gonna expose my whole hand. All I'm gonna say, and I play it so good. I'm so smooth with it. I'm like a smooth criminal, like Michael Jackson. You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. Let's go. So we gonna get your ass tonight. Oh, we gonna get you tonight. I'm gonna slow roast your ass. Allegedly, and everything I say is alleged, and it's all under the Fair Use Act, and you can see the Fair Use disclaimer in the description of this video and in the description of all my videos. This is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is just to educate my people on what we've been covering over here. Like I said, it's all under the Fair Use Act, and you can see the Fair Use disclaimer in the description of this video, and everything I say is alleged. Allegedly. But there's a mistake you did make, though. Let's be honest with each other now. You are the one who has sent your people to bully and harass me. You've been saying a lot of wild shit about your boy. You've been slandering my name. You have been slandering my name. You got people out here believing that Ratchettv violently attacked you. What? Karen? Makes sense though because of your descent. You said, like, you went on a platform and Nancy Grace allowed you to jump on her platform and say all of that slanderous shit about me and others who talked to you. All we did was ask you a question that you couldn't answer, so you started throwing out insults to people, which is slander. I didn't say anything to you until you said something to me. I was all kind of bitch ass, broke ass, woo-doo, woo-doo, woo. You know what I'm saying? I was all that. And I hadn't, and until then, and still, when you go back and watch the videos, I never even cussed at you. The only thing I said was you're a fucking liar. That wasn't cussing at you. I just said fucking. But other than that, I never called you out your name. See, then you could have been like he was a mad black dude. If I would have been like, say B, say A, you know what I'm saying? If I would have been, I never came at you like that. I was only asking you professionally, why did you lie? This is our job. You lied. I'm holding you accountable for sitting there lying and spinning a narrative like we ain't both content creators covering the same case. You're lying. One of us is. I know it ain't me. Somebody lying in the room. We don't got the same story. So one of us is lying. You're not making me look stupid. So what is going on here? Why are you lying? What is going on? What are you doing? What kind of special treatment you got up here? Like, what is this? Because this ain't making sense. We all sitting here watching the same. Everybody feels this. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. And you telling me there was more content creators that were actually sitting there filming it. No one stepped in and said a fucking word. You know why no one stepped in and said a word? You know why Armand Wiggins was standing over there in the corner filming the shit? You know why Lovely T was standing there filming it? You know why Emily Knows Everything was sitting there filming it? You know why Queen Shakur was sitting there filming it? She was involved in it too. But do you know why everybody was sitting there in a circle filming it? Because everybody felt the same way. Despite what they might say, may or may not say, I don't really give a damn. I know that every single person there felt that same way. Everybody. That's why no one stepped in and said nothing, because no one felt that I was being aggressive. No one felt that it was wrong what I was doing. Everyone knew I was in the right because everybody felt the same way. I was just the only person that's going to get up and speak on it. And they felt that way. Everybody felt that way. So Nancy let her use her platform to slander everybody's name, and you're lying. You're using that platform to lie. Who did these things? Because you're costing me money now at this point. You're throwing damage to my platform by you getting up there and spinning the narrative as if I was a part of a mosh pit of people who surrounded you and your life was in danger. Like, and you said, we said these things that we was gonna unalive you. Who is they? Because I was one of those people who actually confronted you about the case. That's it. But so are you saying that that was me who did that? So you need to clean that shit up. Or you're saying it's me if you don't clean it up. So there's gonna be a few people who may or may not say they was involved in it and they feel like it's doing damage to their platform and you are tarnishing their brand. And it might be a class action lawsuit on you and Nancy, who stands to lose a lot. Nancy, you got a big platform. You got a lot of money over there, Nancy. I got a lot of pain and suffering. I got a lot of screenshots of threats that have been sent to my comment section. All these people trolling me. She's costing me money. She's costing me subscribers. I'm fucked up out here. I'm hurting. I am sick over. I haven't been able to sleep. This is doing damage to my brand. Nancy, I feel like you shouldn't have done that. I feel like that was a big mistake, Nancy. I feel like I need to hold you accountable for letting her get up there and lying to you like that, and you running with it, and you sitting there and you kept it on, and you're still on your channel to this day. You still got that up there. As if I was a part of this mosh pit of people, and it didn't even happen. This girl, and I'm telling you how much she lies. The courtroom was never locked down due to it. The courtroom was already gonna be locked down anyway. They were gonna do the thing. See, she's spinning the narrative. She said that they stopped it from 1 to 5 due to what happened outside, and it was a mosh pit of people, and Diddy supporters were going crazy. They was already saying it anyway, that they was gonna lock it down before we even went downstairs. They already told, you can ask anybody who was there. They said, if y'all leave the building, you might not be able to get back in because we're locking the courtroom down. This was before we even went downstairs. They were telling us before we went downstairs that we might not be able to get back up there today. And no one had even filmed nothing yet. Nothing had even happened yet. No one had been outside. No one was outside yet. At 1 o'clock when we went up there for that bond hearing, and we thought it was all at 1, what they said was, we're locking the courtroom down. We're gonna lock it down. And it had nothing to do with, they said the judge is getting off the bench. And the judge is, but when the judge gets off the bench and moving around, we're locking that down. So ain't nobody gonna be able to be moving around the building with the judge moving around. Like, that's what they said. They said, so we're locking the building down and you might not be able to get back in here. Then we go outside and whatever. No one was, it was no assaults happening. There was no violent, all this stuff that they're saying is not true. Y'all was on my live with me. Yes, there were some verbal altercations here and there from some people, but it wasn't no violent. It was nothing. And the big scene that happened, it wasn't nothing to do with violence. It was Armand Wiggins putting baby oil on, which is a whole nother story that got him in a heap of bullshit. So that was the chaos that happened outside. It was Armand Wiggins putting baby oil And once that happened, everybody just started. It was a celebration at that point. That turned into a celebration. That's all it did. Everyone just started just going. It wasn't violent, and that's when they started shutting that area down right there. It wasn't the building getting shut down. That was that area getting blocked off, and everyone was anticipating Diddy coming home at that point. It was looking like Diddy was coming home, but they was on the citizen. So what really happened was this came out from some New Yorkers on the Citizens app in New York. They said that they had, damn it, I can't remember the exact number. You would have to ask Armand the exact number. It was like something like 11 million uh, interactions or some shit on the Citizens app. I can't remember. Emily knows everything, and Armand can tell you because Emily knows everything was on the Citizens app when we was all at lunch, and she said, "Hey Armand, you know they got 11 million views or something or alerts, 11 million alerts on the Citizens app about what you just did out there." And he was like, "Are you fucking serious?" And she was like, "Yeah, they got your name in it." So they was on the Citizens app talking about what Armand did. That's why everything, all the chaos happened. It was because of him putting that damn baby oil on. It had nothing to do with Tisa and no violence, and it had nothing to do with any of this shit. Like she's lying again. There's more lies. Like why is she a liar? Because she keeps lying. She can't. She just can't stop lying. She even said that Diddy people be paying people like Diddy people ain't paying no one to do shit. Like all that stuff that they keep saying is, bro, all this stuff is cap. I don't know what the hell she got something personal against Diddy. Like she working for the feds, right? All right. So we got a lot of videos to play tonight. I got a lot to talk about. I just can't. I don't know how. I'll be here all night talking. So I guess y'all are ready to start the videos, or are y'all just ready to keep talking? Because I can go ahead and we can start doing all this exposing and you know what I'm saying. We got a lot to talk about tonight, gang. I ain't gonna lie. We got a lot to talk about tonight. So let me know. Are y'all ready to start this show? Let me know in the chat. We almost got 1,000 likes. It's looking like y'all getting ready. So we finna get ready to get this shit started. What they say, spill everything. She said, yeah, she said we was foaming at the mouth like a wild pack of dogs. You were using a lot of animal analogies towards, you know what I'm saying, my African American people, and you ain't African American, so it's kind of making me feel like you got something against us. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is, but it's like the more I found out about you, now it's starting to look like you not like us. I don't think you really like us. You know what I'm saying? You kept on calling us wild animals, wild pack of dogs, and you just kept making a lot of animal analogies, make me think like you would call me a boy. You know what I'm saying? And you did call me a janitor. You know what I'm saying? When we got off camera and you approached me at that elevator, you was real shady. Like she was just, and I wasn't even trying to talk to her at that point. She was just being annoying, and she just, you're the worker, you're the janitor, you're a janitor. That's all you are. You're beneath me. Like what the. Yeah, why don't you come and Sean made a video, and I'm gonna react to his video that he did, Sean Gundy, and he even said like I told her like get on the elevator and we can have this conversation downstairs. We can have the conversation downstairs, and she was like she wouldn't do it. She's like I'm going upstairs. Yeah, that's what happened. I couldn't remember how it happened, but that's how it happened. I was like, get on the elevator and we can have a conversation downstairs. And she goes, I'm going upstairs. And she goes, I'm going upstairs, and walked off. But upstairs is the feds. Like that's locked down. So how are you going upstairs again? Like you're saying it out of your mouth. I'm going upstairs. The only thing up there is the feds. What you're definitely not going up there to see Diddy. You're definitely not part of the family. You're definitely not real media. And you're in the overflow room with us. So what are you going upstairs for? The building is locked down. How can you be going upstairs with the building getting locked down? Again, you got to be working for them, or you got to have some sort of relationship with them, don't you? At that point, you're getting a lot of access to a lot of shit. So one would only believe or assume that you got something going on with these people. What is it? And it seems to be you're highly emotionally attached to this case. And did you even tell all of your subscribers that you do witchcraft? And we got proof of that too. You tell them what Lord you're praying to? Did you tell them that? Oh, did y'all know she dabbled in black magic? Oh, y'all didn't know that, did you? I told y'all about these witches attached to these motherfucking cases. The girl is a tarot card reader. She's a tarot card reader. If I'm lying, drop the caps. If I'm telling the truth, drop the gems. The woman does witchcraft. I ain't got it. I'll say allegedly, but the proof is in the pudding. Am I lying? Am I lying? Look at the chat. I'm not lying. I'm not making that shit up. No, that girl does black magic. She's a witch. Look, the chat is telling you, bro. I ain't making that up. If you followed her for long enough, that's what I'm saying. She's not a journalist. The girl used to read tarot cards. Like she just hopping from whatever to whatever. She just got a job with the feds or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Now it's looking like you definitely working with them people. I can tell by the way you mispronunciate half the damn words you try to say. But that's neither here nor there either. That's neither here nor there. I said this is spiritual. I've been telling y'all this is a spiritual war. There's more attached to and how can you be a tarot card reader and not see this shit coming? I don't believe in your magic, just like I don't believe in your content. How can you be a tarot card reader and not see? You didn't read this shit? You couldn't read this? So your tarot cards didn't give you the power to figure that it wasn't going to be what the fuck you were saying it is? So you might need to go back to the drawing board with them damn cards. You've been up here lying with them cards. You probably don't know nothing about that. You probably were just doing that for a check at this damn point. You just go from journey to journey, just lying. Just, you know what I'm saying? Every chance you get, you're just going to lie your way through everything. I bet your mama would just say, yeah, hell yeah, the girl. RP to your father, you know what I'm saying? We're saying about, I'm not talking about nobody. I'm just saying, your mama would probably be able to tell us, like, hell, yeah, all that girl did was lie. But your family, that girl is a liar. Her name ain't even no damn Tisa, it's fucking Jacqueline. I know a lot. They said, need to keep Diddy cover. Prayer is powerful. So pray against her talking and not going to do it. And she also said that Diddy supporters are going to be the reason why he gets 20 years. Look, she just keeps lying. The judge can't consider nothing that's going on social media. The judge is going to, she said it's not, they can't do it, but now they can. Who is really believing this shit? Like, this girl but they also did say on Lipstick Alley that mental illness is real. And they said that they gave up the stuff, the medication. I don't know I don't want to talk about all that. I'm just saying they were saying a lot over there. Them girls was on her ass. They found out everything. I don't know how they knew all that shit about you, but they said you got some. So you kind of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she kind of fucked up there. Like, she is very emotional about this case. It's better she takes a break from all this because it's really affecting her mentally. No, she was affected there before this case ever started, and it shows. Y'all been watching this shit unravel. This is some unhinged shit. This motherfucker bat shit fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this girl loose. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this girl is fucking loose. Bananas, like nuts. So this motherfucker is. I'm not gonna get into it, but I'm just gonna say this. Yeah, this is like that motherfucker on the thin line between love and hate. That's a crazy mother. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep that a big buck. They said you and Uda went viral this whole week. Yeah, we've been going viral all week, dog. They said, was she hating on that man like that, bro? That's crazy. She messed up in the head, bro. Talking about the dude made a side deal. Yeah, she talking about Diddy made a side deal and all. Fam, who is believing? Like, I can't believe people are really buying into this shit. Like, I think she just gonna milk it as long as she can keep stealing money from them subs. She's gonna milk this shit as long as. Even when I ain't gonna even say who I talked to because me and Buddy cool. I just got off the phone with one of the content creators who was there, and then I told them about the video that was just made. He was like, "So she just milking it at this point. Like, she just gonna stretch this shit as far as it's gonna go." I was like, "Exactly." Like, we all know. Like, the content creators know. Everyone who was there, we know. Like, we see the play. Y'all are not y'all, I'm gonna say some people are completely blinded and do not see what's going on right in front of their eyes. But everyone who was in that courtroom was like, bro, what? Now that motherfucker over there, that's a fed. But I was the only person that really spoke up and said it, so I don't know. We finna get into it though. They said real time. I said he paid the jury. It's obvious that man didn't pay no damn jury, man. Like, come on. The jury just knows that these people made up all this shit. Like, if you was in the court, that further proves my point. The jury was in the courtroom from day one until the end. They witnessed all the bullshit. This was fake. The jury knows it, but also the jury knows by law on a technicality. Yeah, he did the prostitution. Like that. I said that though. I was like, this case is complete BS. All of the stuff that everyone got up there and said was lies. It was a bunch of regurgitated stuff, and they talking about a RICO and never called any of the. And that's something else the media didn't tell you. Why didn't Tisa get up there and tell you in the meeting? Like she's supposed to be the top. Why she didn't tell y'all that the government chose not to subpoena KK, the government chose not to subpoena D-Rock, not to subpoena One Stop. They chose not to subpoena Harv Pierre. They chose not to subpoena any of the security. They didn't subpoena anyone that was really attached to Diddy. So the entire criminal organization was never subpoenaed. So what fucking RICO does that exist where you don't subpoena anyone else in the enterprise or don't charge them with anything and just let them walk free? And you just say, okay, well, it's about Cassie. So the jury is not stupid. They're gonna not, this ain't, okay, so this is not a criminal organization. Okay, so this is not sex trafficking. This is just some freaky shit. And he did prostitute the girls out. So, okay, technically, yeah, he did that. But all this other stuff, nah, that's bullshit. They saw it. We saw it. But the media didn't see it. The media didn't report on any of this stuff. The media never told you that they did not subpoena any of the people that they were bringing up 150 times in the case. The name got mentioned 1,000 times in a fucking RICO, and you don't bring the person up that's mentioned 1,000 times? What are we doing? That makes absolutely no sense. Tell me in what world does that make sense in your head that my name is in a criminal RICO, a damn federal RICO, my name is in the document, the whole case, my name gets mentioned 1,000 fucking times, and they're saying I did all this crazy wild shit, and I never get subpoenaed, and I never get up there, and you never see this person walk through those damn court building doors. Why? Because it's looking like all the shit you're saying is made up, because everyone's just throwing his name out there, and you ain't gonna bring him up, so it makes no sense to bring the name up. But they're not telling you that in the media. They're not telling you that the government didn't call any of the fucking witnesses. The government chose not to in the defense. But why would the defense subpoena KK and the government would throw KK in a cross and fuck her up? Why would Diddy take the stand whenever he could get fucked up in the cross? So it was not the case that they presented to us in the very beginning. So we can all say that that's fair to say that ain't the same case that they told us it was going to be in the beginning. But I digress, man. You know what I'm saying? I digress. Let's get into these videos. Let's see, how do I want to start this, man? Let me see. How do I want to start
Breaking news tonight.
Okay, yeah, here we go. Let's get right here. Let's go on over here, man. Let's go on over here, man. So let's get over here and chop it up about this, man. We got to chop it up, gang. Are y'all ready to start this show, man? Double tap that screen and let me know y'all are ready, man. So let's listen to this.
Two other counts come into play. Sean Combs, the verdict, the split. What happened?
When the jury walked in, everybody was on pins and needles. I'm not going to lie. Everybody in the courtroom expected him to be guilty.
That is a lie. I swear on everything, y'all. That is a lie. I'm going to tell y'all what happened in the courtroom. Listen to me. Listen to me. When they said not guilty on the first charge, everyone cheered. Everyone was like, oh my God, yes. Everyone was happy. No one was like, oh my God, it's got camera. No one, the air was not let out of the room. That is a lie. Everyone jumped up and cheered. Tina, you was there. Tina was there. Tina Monique was there. Tina, what happened when they said not guilty on the first charge? What happened when they said not guilty on, whenever they said guilty on a charge, that's when the air was let out of the room. The air was let out of the room on the guilties, and everyone cheered for the not guilties. Am I lying, Tina? Tina was up there with me. Tina Monique was there. They said, "Wow, that crazy. She lied like that." I'm telling y'all, when they said not guilty, everyone cheered. When they said guilty, the air was let out the room. They said, "Tisa, dry ass weed." So this is a lie right here. I'm just breaking down all the lies, bro. This is okay. So that's a lie.
On at least the sex trafficking, there was a somber tone. They walked in, and when they said, "Please read," and they said, "What do you find ye?" On count one, not guilty. It was a bomb that went off in the courtroom. The public audibly gasped. Nobody was expecting that.
That is a lie. That's another lie. That is a complete lie. Like, what in the hell are we talking about? That did not happen. So she sound like an animated character. Tisa is crazy. So Tisa tells born. Oh, they got her name right there. There you go. There you go. Cheese. Yep, you got it. I ain't gonna say it, but he definitely just put it all in the chat. Y'all can, you know what I'm saying, shot a screen. You know what I'm saying? Shot a screen. They say if she's a witch, that's expected. Say she's a psychopath. I hate the way she explains things. They said Tisa tells lies. She was in the actual courtroom. Oh my God. See these? Here you go again. Here they go again. She was in overflow. And Sean Gundy will tell you that. And even in overflow, they have a big ass screen where you can see the entire courtroom. That is bullshit. I said Timu wig. Tisa telling stories.
There were tears of joy from Diddy's side. Count two. What say ye? Not guilty.
What say ye?
Again, another bombshell went off. People were in utter disbelief. Even Diddy's most ardent supporters did not expect him to get off on the count of sex trafficking with.
See, another lie. So you telling me Diddy supporters? Never mind. I ain't even got to break down that lie. We know damn well Diddy supporters was riding with Diddy the whole way. No one up there was supporting Diddy that was pissed off about anything that was going on.
Cassie, count three. When they said guilty for transportation of a prostitute, when they said guilty for the mayonnaise, that is when Diddy's team actually cheered. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, come on.
That is a lie. She is just. What are you talking about? So you telling me when they said guilty, Diddy's team jumped up and said, "Yay, okay, that's cool. Uda in the building. Uda, now come on, bro, be real. We was all there, fam. Did any of this shit happen, Uda? Sean Gundy already done said all that shit was lies. I'm pretty sure Uda is gonna tell y'all that's bullshit. Like, we was all there, bro. Uda, did any of this happen? Thank you. That shit didn't happen, bro. None of that shit happened. None of it happened. Tisa telling lies. Literally, they did not jump up there and say, "Yay, that's okay. What are you talking about? They were just sitting there. Diddy was praying, had his head down. I mean, whenever they said not guilty on certain shit, you could see that they were definitely happy about the not guilty verdicts, but they did not jump up for the guilty ones and say, that's okay. That didn't happen.
Almost like we were watching a pro football game. When the other ones came in after that, there were jaws on the ground. It was unbelievable. People were looking at the jury, searching into how they could get a verdict in this day and age. They heard Cassie's mother, the 20,000. They heard Capricorn Clark. They heard about the savage beatings. And it was unbelievable that the only thing they said was prostitution. And that is because Daniel Phillips, in his testimony, actually said, at least I'm guessing that.
She breaking down from the cry about this shit. Like, this is something this like you fucked up on your job. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Me and the folks down at the job, like, we failed on this one. This is like a we thing, not a you thing.
Because that he got paid to have sex for money. It was a travesty. It was an all-out circus. Everybody, including myself, are running to safety.
I got a question for you, Tisa Tells, and everyone's going to want to know this. You're in a car right now. You had to leave the courthouse. Why?
I had to leave the courthouse because Diddy's supporters were out of control. The first time I ran and did my live, of course, I had 2 armed security guys. Everyone told me the people at the courthouse is like, make sure you have security. There's a lot of weird stuff going on.
Hold on, wait. So the court, wait, you just said the people in the court building told you you better have security because there's a lot of weird shit going on. Why would the court people be contacting you to tell you to bring security? Because there's a lot of crazy shit going on. Come on, y'all, make this make sense. I'm just asking y'all. So for the people to say I'm just hating, why would the court? It says so. Now the court told her exactly. So now you're saying the only reason why you had security is because the court. They said she telling on herself. She needs to stop. No. It sounds like you're telling on yourself at this point. So you was in contact with the courts, just like when that email came out about someone contacted the courts and let them know that you was doxing the federal witnesses. And I even asked you that too on the elevator. You was doxing them federal witnesses. She told me, I ain't dox anybody. Yeah, yes, the fuck you did. You doxed 2 federal witnesses, and you found out about the email that got sent to the judge. How did you know about that as well? I said Tisa tells on herself. She literally just said the reason why she had security was because the courts told her that you better have security because there's a lot of crazy shit going on. They said, tell me one more lie, please.
I ran and did my live. Of course, I had 2 armed security guys. Everyone told me the people in the courthouse is like, make sure you have security. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. It wasn't just me, but I'll tell you what I experienced. Diddy supporters surrounding me, threatening me, saying that they were going to hurt me. It was a serious situation.
None of that happened. That didn't happen. There was people over there filming. There was not a bunch of Diddy supporters surrounding you. It was Ratchettv walking up to you, asking you, why did you lie? I think maybe one to 2 other people might have asked you something. I never even got close to you. Matter of fact, go watch my live and tell me, did I ever get within 15 feet of that lady? I was never close to her. I never got close enough for her to even feel any kind of way about me. I was far back, so I was talking loud so she can hear me and so everybody else could hear me. I never approached this lady. She is lying. They said she was by herself behind the barrier. Exactly. She was not surrounded. If she was surrounded, that means there have been people on the side of her, people in front of her, and people behind her. This girl is a pathological liar. They said you were never close to her. Exactly.
It got so bad, and there was so much chaos and
chaos. Yeah, you're taking a loss.
Violence.
You're taking a loss. This is an L. She just said this. There was so much chaos. Fam, she is this is all made up.
Threatening me, saying that they were going to hurt me. It was a serious situation. It got so bad, and there was so
She said it was a serious situation. Boy, this girl can sell a story.
much chaos and violence that they actually had to lock the courtroom down and force the Diddy supporters across the street.
That didn't happen either. I was on live, bro. They did not say all Diddy supporters go across the street. This girl is lying. I was on live the whole time. There was not so much chaos, whatever she said. She said there was so much chaos that they had to shut the court down and put everybody across the street. No, before we even went down there, they already said the court building was getting shut down.
It was something myself, the news media, mainstream media, new media have never seen in their lives. The level, and again, the jurors, I hope to God they know how to sleep at night.
She has said the jury was ignorant. She said out of her own mouth, and tell me if I'm lying, y'all, did she not say the jury acted ignorantly? This is what she said. The jury was ignorant. They acted ignorantly because they came up with that verdict. She said the jury was ignorant because they came up with that verdict. I said, yo, I did not even know she did all of this. Yeah, she did. I wanted everybody to see this. See, I was in New York when this shit happened. I've been traveling and I was with family and stuff like that. So now that I'm back home, we got to address all this bullshit. I'm not allowing no one to play with my name. You might not like me, but you're not going to lie on me. It's cool to not like me. You can run whatever narrative you want about me. I heard the little shit, the slick shit you're saying is cool. Just know I ain't never lost on this motherfucker. And we just getting started. We just getting started. You better ask people that have went to war with me. This shit can go on for years. Let's go.
Because again, I'm sure they did their duty. But when all that chaos was happening, as I was being threatened and ushered out by armed security people,
She said she was threatened and escorted out by armed security. Nika at Night said she rushed up. Hold on. They said Nika at Night said she rushed up on you in the elevator, that she even basically pushed her out of the way to get to you. Yeah, that did happen. I told y'all that. She provoked me on the elevator. I wasn't even. She came to me on the elevator. She was so close to me. She was breathing down my damn neck. Like she got so close to me. And I was like, "Are you good?" And she was like, "What'd you say? What was that you said about me? What'd you say? What'd you say? Yeah, you had a lot to say. What's up now?" I was like, I said what I said and I stand on it. You're a liar. And that's exactly what I never yelled. I was talking to her. Ask anyone who was there. Sean Gundy was there. Uda was there. Everybody was there at that elevator. And what was it? Conversations with Jay was there. Armand Wiggins was there. Nick at Night was there. We was all, everybody was there. So they can't say, no one will come out and say I'm lying about this. I never yelled. I never said nothing. I just said, I stand on what I said. You're a liar. And she was like, what did I lie about? I said, well, you doxed them witnesses. You lied about that. And I started name dropping some of the lies she told. And then she was like, I never said that. I said, yes, the fuck you did. What are you talking about? You definitely said that. And she was like, well, it sounds like you're just a super fan that watches all my stuff. Yeah, you're just a fan, huh? I was like, nah, not really. I was like, a lot of this shit gets sent to me, but I'm just saying, bro, like you definitely lied. And she was like, well, you're the help. You're the help. You're just a janitor. Is that why you're mad? Because you don't make the money I make? Is that why you're mad? You mad about the money I'm making, huh? It's all about the money. Yeah, I got more money than I was like, girl, I'm not arguing with you about no damn money. And then she just kept throwing like little slugs at me. And I just said, I ain't even finna go there with you. I got on the elevator and said, but if you want to have the conversation, we can have it downstairs. And she said, I'm going upstairs, and walked off. And ask anyone if I'm lying about that. Ask anyone. Ask conversations with Jay, ask Armand Wiggins, ask Nick at Night, ask Sean Gundy, ask anyone who was there who witnessed that. I never got loud with her on that elevator. So everyone who says I was being disrespectful, when we got in private, I never said nothing disrespectful to her there. I didn't say nothing derogatory to her. I just said, you're a liar. And I said, I'm not going to have this conversation with you off camera. If you want to have a conversation, we can have it downstairs. And she said, I'm going upstairs, and walked off. That's exactly what happened, bro. I'm glad you said that. Nick at Night said that. Salute to Nick at Night.
I thought this is what the jury did. They sent a signal that it is okay to use violence. It's okay to drug people up. It's okay to live a life of debauchery. It's okay to do whatever you want. Because guess what?
She said, live a life of debauchery.
If you work hard enough and you have enough money and enough delusional fans and you have ingrained yourself in culture enough that you can do whatever you want, and 12 of your peers will look the other way.
They said Uncle Sam said she approached me first. I'm telling everybody she came to me. She was very rude and asked anyone the stuff she was saying to me. She called me a janitor. She called me the help. She said I was nothing. She said that she had more money. And it's all about her money. She making all this money. But see, she wasn't talking like that on live, because she didn't want people to know who she really is. She didn't want people to know the evil little witch that she is, and all the stuff that she was really being her real self when that camera came off. That's the nasty ass person that she really is. She would never get on. Oh my God, like she'd get online and do all that shit. But then like she's a evil ass motherfucker when them cameras come off. But she didn't want people to see that side of her. They said lovely Tia Armand was laughing at her when Ratchet confronted her. Exactly, because like I said, I ain't gonna say they said this or not, but all I'm gonna say is every content creator felt the same way. I mean, I don't really care what anybody would say. They said Tisa targeted you. If y'all really know, all I did was just ask her why she lied about certain things in the case. That's it. I was not being disrespectful to her. Maybe you could say I was being disrespectful because she was on live, but hey, I just felt that's the time to do it. Fuck it. I wanted to do it. So it is what it is. I still stand on what I did. I did not attack that woman. It was not me trying to be violent with her or any of the things. All it was I wanted the truth right there. Why did you lie? That's it. But the thing she was saying about me, Now that was slander. The things that she said to me was slander. I never slandered her name. I just asked you why'd you lie, and I told you you're a fed based on this, based on these actions that I've seen with my own eyes, and I'm not the only person, but everybody else here seems to believe the exact same thing. So I'm not crazy, and I'm not targeting you because your favorite content creator right now. So you're talking shit about me. And this is no knock to Armand Wiggins. This is no knock to Lovely T. This is no knock to Neek at Night. I'm not saying nothing negative about them people. So when they go back and try to spin what I'm about to say, don't go back and try to lie out there and say I'm talking shit about these people. I'm just saying if it was really as bad as y'all are making it out to be, then why are y'all not mad at any of them for filming it and not doing nothing about it? That's my question to y'all. So you might be like, I love Neek at Night, but I hate Ratchet because he's a boo. Okay, if you love Neek, then why do you love her for? She didn't say. She seemed to be laughing at it. Armand seemed to be having fun with the shit. Lovely T was laughing at the shit. Everybody over there was laughing. Emily Knows Everything was standing there laughing at the shit. She was giving me, she was being messy and telling me what the fuck that Tisa was saying about me when I wasn't there. And I came back and Emily on camera was telling me, oh, well, she was over here saying this when you left. So why y'all not mad at anybody but me? They said because they know she lies. Every content creator was right there filming it, laughing at her. Because they felt the same way as me, but you like them, but hate me. Make that make sense.
Again, this jury was shocking.
Tisa tells, when you say that Sean Combs' supporters threatened you, what were they saying?
They were saying, you effing B, we're going to kill you, you effing B.
Another lie. Another fucking lie. Come on, bro. So, be real. Tisa supporters, I know y'all over here watching. Y'all are telling me people were coming up to her saying this shit? This is true? I'm asking her supporters now. Is this true? Drop the gems if this really happened. If people were coming up to her saying, you effing B, we're going to unalive you. If people was doing that, drop the gems. If she's lying, drop the caps. Fill this room up with one or the other. Is she telling the truth right now? I want to know from her supporters. Is she lying right now? Is this a lie? Because she said that people were coming up to her saying, you effing B, we're going to unalive you. Who said that? No one called her a B, let alone said they was going to unalive her. Diane said that happened. Diane Peters said that happened. Maybe, I don't know if she behind on the chat or what, but Diane Peters said it happened. Everybody else in the room said that didn't happen. He said that's defamation suit. Oh, I'm lawsuit inserting. All that money you bragging about you making, well, we finna see about that. Look at that. That never happened. Listen to this shit, y'all. Let's listen to this.
Threatened you. What were they saying?
They were saying, you effing B, we're going to kill you, you effing B. Apparently I work for the feds. You're a plant.
Wait. So you saying I said that? Because I definitely said you work for the feds. Wait, so you're saying I said that? Oh, I'm suing the fuck out of you. Oh, I'm gonna sue the draws off of you. You just said they said you work for the feds. I was the one who said you work for the feds. So you're saying I said this? Oh, so that's why all these people is turning on me. So now this is why I haven't been able to sleep at night, because people have been saying that I said I'm going to unalive Tisa Tales. I never said this. I never said any of this.
They were saying, you effing B, we're going to kill you, you effing B. Apparently I work for the feds. You're a plant. You made this all up because of you. Again, they're not too smart. Because of you, that's how this case got started. We're going to treat you worse than we treated Cassie. Cassie, what we do to you is going to be nothing that they had on Cassie.
What? What in the hell is she talking about? Okay, Diane Peters is saying this didn't happen. Diane Peters said, wow. Yeah, okay, so now she knows she's lying. What in the hell is she what is she talking about?
They're not too smart. Because of you, that's how this case got started. We're going to treat you worse than we treated Cassie. Cassie, what we do to you is going to be nothing that they had on Cassie.
No, I said you're a liar. You're another Cassie. That's what I said. I said you're a liar. You're another Cassie Ventura. That's what I said. So now you're twisting my words. So you're saying this about me. So let's just put the story together ourselves. She's saying I said this shit. I never said that. I never said I'm gonna do you worse than Cassie. What in the fuck is she talking about? This is slander.
Not too smart. Because of you, that's how this case got started. We're going to treat you worse than we treated Cassie. Cassie, what we do to you is going to be nothing that they had on Cassie. They were screaming, they were yelling. Some people were saying, apologize to Diddy, apologize to Diddy. Of course, thank goodness, we had Lenny and we had Jimmy, two of the best armed guards out there. So the one thing is they started foaming like wild dogs because they realized that I was not an unprotected woman. And
We started foaming like wild dogs because we realized that she was protected. What is she talking about? She not twisting your words. She's outright lying, period. Yeah, she's lying, period. But I know what she's twisting up. When I said you're another Cassie Ventura, she's saying, I said, oh, they're gonna do you worse than Diddy did Cassie. Wait till I get my hands on you. I didn't say that shit. I said you're a liar. You're another Cassie Ventura. That's what I said.
And they realized they could not just do what they felt like. And they started foaming like wild dogs, screaming, their voices cracking in anger that they viscerally wanted to rip me apart. This is why their hero had been exonerated. Even in the best of times, these people that support him, there's something wrong with it. And I gotta tell you, Nancy, it wasn't just me. It was not just me. It was anybody that didn't have a pro Diddy stance from the beginning. That's who suffered.
Joining me in the All-Star panel, but I want to thank Tisa Tells for what she's doing tonight. You know, Rob Shooter is joining me. Rob, I really don't know where to start.
What in the hell was that? What the hell is she talking about, y'all? Then she had to get to her designated spot.
This has worked. His strategy.
Then she had to get to her designated spot.
Appeal bond. He understand that once the split verdict was announced, the Diddy followers, the Diddy worshipers went cray.
The Diddy worshipers. So now we're the Diddy worshipers. So now I'm not a Diddy D rider. I'm just an outright worshiper. What the hell is they talking about?
Outside the courthouse, actually dousing each other with baby oil and chanting.
Look, hold on, wait, look at when Armand put that baby oil on. Watch how she feels about Armand now. This is what I told Armand. She be shading him.
Diddy followers, the Diddy worshipers went cray outside the courthouse, actually dousing each other with baby oil and chanting.
They
look, Armand. She said when she dousing themselves in baby oil. I mean, who else you talking about?
The Diddy worshipers went cray outside the courthouse, actually dousing each other with baby oil and chanting.
They stormed the circle. It looked like a mosh pit of depravity. They were spraying baby oil on each other, jumping.
What the fuck was that?
They stormed the circle. It looked like a mosh pit of depravity. They were spraying baby oil on each other, jumping.
What the fuck? Yo, hold on. Well, yo, what in the hell? She got. I'm not gonna say she had a Coca-Cola before that take, but
They stormed the circle. It looked like a mosh pit of depravity. They were spraying baby oil on each other, jumping around, feeling fantastic. One woman in a pair of Calvin Klein briefs and a bra started jumping up and down, wiggling while they sat there spraying baby oil on her, and the crowd was chanting, yay, 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 go and hyping them up. It was a monstrous ball of depravity. When I say I was sickened, when I say I shook my head, and when I said, these are the peers, these are the jury of the peers. And it makes me wonder, as the jury goes home and they look at the television sets and they see what their decision costs.
Now she's blaming the jury. This woman is sick, bro. Like, I hope y'all are starting to wake the fuck up. I hope some of y'all are waking up right now. Tisa, mad because they didn't pour oil on her. This is all she's lying about. What the hell is she talking about?
And what
They said depravity. What the hell is it?
was on the
She's 44.
line? It makes me wonder, how can they sleep at night? It was absolute pandemonium. In between
What is pandemonial? You ain't like the miss.
the jumping up and down with the baby oil, women willingly, baby oil being squirted on them, and everybody laughing and having a time like Christmas had just come with Santa and the 12 perverted elves. What happened?
What the fuck is she talking about?
That was even more amazing, because while that was going on, there were little fires everywhere of these bands of, I don't know if they're incels, if they're idiots, what was going on, looking for anybody they had ever saw make anti-Diddy content. And by
that didn't happen. There was little fires of people. Santa's little naughty elves. What is she talking about? This is there's a Tisa crashing out.
Anti-Diddy, according to them, it is pro-justice. They were going out their ways to make sure that everybody paid. And again, I said, this is what that jury cost us. It let us know. It sent a message. It's okay to be depraved. It's okay to beat women.
It's okay to be depraved, y'all. It's okay to be depraved. They said Tisa is straight crashing out, yo. So she lying, her words ain't even coming out right. It's okay to be depraved.
It's okay to do drugs. It's okay to do whatever you want. And that jury, when they gave the verdict, signaled that. Again, I'm still coming to terms with how the jury got to this. Thank God this man was denied bail. Thank God.
Straight out to Sydney Summer joining us, Crime Stories investigative reporter.
All them damn lies being told, fam. None of that shit even happened, dog. That shit didn't happen. That shit didn't happen, man. So, and Nancy didn't even acknowledge her. And Nancy just got her up there just crashing out. Just to be real, Nancy don't even give a damn about none of that. And Nancy gonna flip on your ass sooner or later. Mark my word, Nancy gonna flip on you. I don't want that one yet. Nancy gonna flip on you. I'm gonna tell you that straight up.
What's up, y'all? Sean G. July.
Now watch this from Sean. I want to play this back from Sean because I want to hear his take on what happened too. I want to hear his take on what went on with Tisa.
Thursday. Welcome to the show.
Salute to Sean Gundy, by the way, man. Fair use and effect, man. But salute to Sean Gundy. Salute to Capri for that $10. I appreciate you, Capri. Salute to Reese Cup for the 20. Reese says, man, this ish is comical with the floppy ass wig. Salute for that. I appreciate you for the 20 piece. Again, if it all was said, why no one wasn't arrested? Like, come to F on. Salute, Capri. Did she do some blank before she did that interview? I'm guessing, Lemetris. Salute to that. I appreciate you for the $5, Lemetris.
To all my new subscribers, appreciate y'all. Give this video a like, thumbs up. Share this video with somebody that you know that's been covering and following. And we got to hear the audio in real time and watch the trial in real time. Follow me on Instagram. Nancy Grace knows nothing. Her in the courtroom, yet she's...
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get back to the part we started talking about Tisa.
Tisa Tells almost got beat up 3 times yesterday at the court by other vloggers, YouTubers, TikTokers.
And he's being sarcastic right now because before he said there was a video about allegedly someone was saying Tisa almost got beat up 3 times. But I'm gonna let him cook though.
Instagrammers, independent journalists who have been also covering the Puffy trial since it started. Tisa Tells, as you know, is a tabloid YouTube personality, along with Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace is also a tabloid YouTube journalist. Nancy Grace did not come to the courtroom. Not one day did I see her in the courtroom. Yet she speaks like she has all of this information, and she speaks very matter-of-factly.
So he's not liking Nancy or Tisa. Let's keep that a big buck. Sean is saying, look, he ain't rocking with Nancy or Tisa. Let's learn why.
About what went on inside the courtroom. Nancy Grace knows nothing. She did not come to court. Not one day did she step foot inside the courtroom. Tisa tells yesterday after the verdict, for some strange reason, Tisa tells always throughout the whole trial was in 26 courtroom on the 26th floor, which was the main courtroom, which is where everything went down.
So a lot of people rock with Sean. So this ain't me not rocking with Sean. I like this dude. He is cool as hell, and I've chopped it up with him on several occasions. He a cool brother. But what I'm saying is, so he is having the same feelings that I have. So are y'all gonna say he's hating on Tisa too? Are y'all gonna say he's hating on her?
The attorneys were there, puppies were there, Puppy's family was there, the media was there, everybody was there, the jury. After Puffy got sentenced,
Have a good night, Stacey Renee. Have a great night, Stacey Renee. We're gonna get your old ass up out of here. Goodbye.
I thought it was kind of crazy, but she came down to the overflow. After the sentence, and after we took a break, Tisa Tells came to the overflow on 24B. I was like, why is she down here? Soon as she gets down there, she gets into it with this other YouTuber. I'm not going to say his name. They start having words.
And he's talking about, I'm telling you, he was down there. He's seen it. She came looking for trouble. Like, it was weird. Like, everybody was like, why is Tisa in here? Everyone turned around like, why is Tisa in here? Like, what the fuck? I just told y'all she came down to the overflow room. Y'all like, she was in the main courtroom. No, she was in the fucking overflow room.
Back and forth. The YouTuber or the vlogger starts calling her a liar, that she had been lying on Puff the entire time she was reporting from the courtroom. And a lot of what she said was lies. She came out with a lie the other day saying that Puffy cooperated with the feds and gave up some big names. That's why they had dropped 3 of the charges, basically labeling Puffy a rat or a snitch. I immediately came out with a video and said that there was absolutely zero proof or zero evidence that Puffy had did any of that. That was one person. And he told me, he said, man, you know what I'm saying? I'll beat her ass. Then after we
he's talking about the one she got into it in the courtroom. Okay, he's not talking about me. He's speaking about the dude she got into it with in the overflow room. So that was the dude from NC Beat, the dude with the dreadlocks. So that dude was he's of the LGBTQ community.
In the overflow for them to come back, because the judge said to come back at 1 o'clock because they were going to do the sentencing hearing, but they later came back and said,
his name Gerald. That was her and Gerald got into it in the overflow room. Yeah, as soon as she walked in the room, her and Gerald got into it. So everyone's saying Gerald. Okay, so when she comes into the overflow room, everyone's looking like, why the fuck is she in here? I'm sitting in front of her. She's into it with somebody. She's in the very back of the room. She's getting into it with Gerald in the goddamn courtroom. And then whenever we go out of the courtroom to go onto the elevator, that's when she approaches me.
It's not going to go down to 5 o'clock. So the marshals said, everybody clear the courtroom. So as we're coming out of the overflow, going toward the elevator, for some reason, she getting all up next to me, looking at me in my grill. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to say to you. You understand? Because I know you full of shit. What you looking at me for?
Exactly. You see how he's saying that Tisa approached him with the same animosity. I'm telling y'all, she came looking for smoke. She came down there looking for some smoke.
Another dude, another vlogger, he started going at her, calling her to her face, right at her grill, you a liar, you a liar, you a liar. And they start having words. So the elevator comes and her and the dude is having words. The dude get on the elevator and tells her, come on the elevator. Come on the elevator. She didn't dare get on that elevator. She waited to call another elevator down.
But instead, she went up. She didn't go down. She went up.
We get downstairs to the courtyard or whatever you want to call it, where we all hung out. All of the vloggers hung out there. All of the media, the press hung out there. and people shot a lot of content down there. My man that stepped to her up on the elevator, now she come downstairs, she gets by her security guard. She kept the security guard with her there every day. She was the only vlogger, the only YouTuber that had security every single day. But my man, he didn't care about the security. He barking at her, you a liar, you a liar. You know, you know, she rubbed a lot of people, especially us who were in courtroom observers, the same as she was, that got the same information she got. She rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because she would come out and report the news 180-degree opposite of what was said in court. She would spin the narrative to where none of what she said was relative to what we heard in court, and we were in the same courtroom with her.
That's exactly what I said. She would come out with information and misinform people because we're all in the courtroom. I wasn't the only person that felt like this. So you're telling me now, I know Sean ain't hating on her. So I'm asking y'all, is Sean hating on Tisa as well? Sean is on academics every day doing his damn thing. He got a podcast with academics. He done made his way up to academics. I know he ain't hating on her. I know I'm not hating on her. No one is jealous of her. Everyone just is seeing what the hell is going on because we're right there.
You understand? So she had some issues yesterday down at the courtroom. I have no respect for her as a journalist. Like I say, she's a tabloid journalist. The same with Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace knows nothing of what she's talking about. I watched the video she put on today with some dude from London. Neither one of them, they were saying that Puffy orchestrated all of the beef with Tisa. How could Puffy do that? Puffy can't even talk to nobody. The marshals, the U.S. Marshals, he has 4 U.S. Marshals that were around him every single day during the trial. He couldn't speak to anybody. So to even say that is disingenuous, and it's an outright, untrue, flat out lie.
Do you hear that? Everyone knows P. Diddy never spoke a word to anyone. He could never. He ain't allowed to. He would throw up the love sign and that would be it. He ain't never say a word to anyone. He's not allowed to. He just nod his head and that was it. That would be it. He ain't never once spoke to anybody in that courtroom. That's a lie.
But that's what really went on down at the courtroom yesterday. As far as Tisa tells, a lot of the YouTubers, a lot of the vloggers wasn't feeling her throughout the whole trial in her reporting inaccuracies, misrepresenting what was said, or just flat out changing the story and lying. The only people that really rocked with her were the people that did the same thing she did or felt the same way that she felt about Puff, and that's fine. You could have been anti-Puff, but integrity never went out of style. Promote the truth, speak the truth. So just wanted to give y'all an update on that. Sean G, podcast was sold. Peace.
Podcast with Soul. Y'all make sure to subscribe to Sean Gundy Podcast with Soul. He's a dope dude, man. He got a story to tell. He told me his story. He got a story to tell, man. I ain't gonna tell his story for him. I don't know if he ever told it, but he definitely got a story to tell. Dope dude, man. Salute to him.
Okay, TikTok. Here goes nothing. Let's go ahead and flex the taste on the situation with the Diddy trial, most notably Tisa Tales. Now, there's a such thing, okay, as journalistic integrity. And what that means is that you're supposed to report on the news with no malice. One's bias, personal bias, taints your opinion of things. Everybody else kind of views you differently. And I've actually just started to become aware of the platform that Tisa Tales has. And it's pretty impressive. I mean, she's been on ABC News and everything. However, she does have a lot of detractors, people that are saying that she has a tendency to stretch the truth. Now, I don't play that. You know what I mean? I'm the type of journalist that plays everything right down the middle. If you right, you right. If you wrong, you wrong. You know what I'm talking about? I've got my own personal opinions about Diddy with this entire thing, but maybe I'll say that for another video. Now, from my understanding, Tisa has quite a few detractors that says that she's not very honest about what she's doing, and during the course of the Diddy trial, that was on full display. I'm all for putting somebody in their place, but that gentleman from Ratchettv that approached her, bro, I gotta say is giving sucker shit. Let's put it this way, man, okay? All of you guys, all of us rather, we all have a responsibility to make sure that we uphold the news that we're supposed to. However, we also know that we have to make money off of these platforms, and there are tendencies for us to have to maybe put a little stank on something in order for it to gain some traction.
Let me talk to you, gentlemen, with the beanie on. Let's talk to you, big brother. So let me tell you, you should have integrity while calling yourself a journalist. There's a such thing called integrity and accountability. You understand that, right? And you might want to have a degree at some point, but you know what I'm saying? Or she might want to go to school for this shit. This ain't for everybody. Being very disingenuous, and there's a difference between adding some sauce to something and just flat out fucking lying. They said put stank on it, but don't, like, yeah, that's my point. Like, yeah, a lot of people kind of like, all right, you know, you might add a little sauce to some shit, add a little bit of seasoning, but you're over seasoning this shit. At this point, you ain't putting stank on it. You're just completely fucking lying, my nigga. So there's a very big difference. And as a journalist, and you just called yourself a journalist. So as a fellow journalist, you have no integrity if you won't hold your fellow journalists accountable. That's like being on the same basketball team and just allowing your sorry ass teammate to shoot 30 times a fucking game, knowing that ain't gonna get us a win. I'm gonna hold you accountable, bro. You need to stop shooting or get in the fucking gym and shoot better. So as a fellow journalist, I'm gonna hold us all accountable and make sure we all have integrity when we all stand in a fucking courtroom. You understand that, my nigga? So it ain't sucker shit. That's real shit. Sucker shit would be like the other dude who said he was gonna beat her ass. Now that's sucker shit. That's sucker shit from a weak ass nigga. There's a very big difference from calling someone a liar so they can hold themselves accountable for all the lies they told versus someone saying, hey, I'm gonna whoop her ass. Now that's fucked up. So again, brother, that's why Ratchettv did that.
Every one of us is guilty of this. It ain't just her. Matter of fact, some of the biggest platforms right now on this particular app is known for stretching the truth. But I'll leave that to imagination. Fact is yes, she definitely should have been called out on the things that she was saying, but she's more than welcome to her opinion. And if people want to tap into her platform, they're more than welcome to. It's called...
That ain't an opinion. That is a lie. That's what I'm saying. You're not giving an opinion at that point. You're not saying, well, an opinion would be, I think this happened. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like this. I feel this happened. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this. I think this. That's an opinion versus saying, I know for a fact this went down and this happened. I'm telling you this just happened in the court, right? You're lying. That ain't... Come on, fam. I don't know what part of the game what side of the fence you on, but brother, come on, dog.
Freedom of speech. I mean, come on, man. Even if she was paid by the prosecution, you see that it didn't really affect the minds of the people that it should have, and that was the jury.
So it should have affected them. You're saying it didn't happen. Well, thankfully fucking so, but I think we can all agree the woman was paid by the prosecution. Allegedly.
So for all intents and purposes, I guess justice was served. I mean, at least due process. Now let this be a lesson to all content creators out there that no matter how loud you think your voice is, somebody is always listening. And that very person could be the one to catch you outside the courthouse.
Catch your ass at the courthouse and let you know, hey, you lied. You lied. Let's continue.
Keep running, look.
So this is what happened. This is what happened. There's no one is being aggressive. There is not a mosh pit of people. Look, you see people holding cameras recording this shit.
Look.
Look, they're filming this shit. They're not. There's not a mosh. No one's even next to her in front. Look, you see a security guard right there. You see her right way up there. And you see another security right there. I'm way over there. Standing right there.
Oh, my God. Child.
And this is Armand recording. And look, everybody got their phones out. This is not a mosh pit of Diddy supporters surrounding and threatening her. And she called me mad. I'm telling her, you're the mad one. And then called me broke.
Oh.
Armand.
Still standing over there. And then she told them to come take care of me, get him, remove me. And I told them they're not going to put a fucking, I'm talking to the men at this point. They're not going to put a fucking finger on me. No, they will not. Because I'm not being aggressive. And I'm not coming up to you or approaching you or threatening you. I said, I'm not even within 6 feet of you. I'm not harming anyone. I'm not trying to harm anyone. And I'm still way back there just calling her a liar.
What?
She's been paid by the prosecution. This is people walking by. No one is by her. No one.
They saying that Tisa said, they saying that.
She's working for the prosecution. Paid for the prosecution. She's a federal informant and she's working for the prosecution.
This is someone else's view, so y'all can see I was not close to her.
Oh, my God.
There's no one being aggressive or even called. There's no cuss words being said. There's nothing happening here that's threatening. There's nothing happening here. Y'all see how far back I am? Standing still with a backpack on and a tripod in my hand and the other hand just to my side, just chilling. And even when I said that I'm walking away, you wore the same wig for 8 weeks. Who worried about that? The same perspective, Tisa tells on Ratchettv confrontation. Brother, nice try to get some goddamn promo out, but I appreciate the 10-piece, but you know what I'm saying? Salute.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
In the lies you told. You gained your momentum off the lies you told on P. Diddy. Now go back and apologize to her family for lying.
She also lied on Jonathan Majors
And she Fuller Robinson.
She hates black men.
She hates black people.
And look at all the cameras.
This is not Diddy supporters.
This is very uncomfortable for her. It's a lot going on.
Our mind messy as hell.
And I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing you the news. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what you guys wanted me to do.
So, again, I wanted you to see from Armand's angle, who just watched and recorded and laughed about the whole thing. There was nothing bad about what happened right there.
Why are you sweating, Tisa? Why are you sweating? Why are you sweating?
Tisa's live, talking about this fight, and he's live and talking about this fight. This is very meta, you guys.
Women just sitting there watching it happen. Bitch ass men. Who called who a bitch? I never was aggressive with the lady. She's being aggressive with me. Why I gotta be a bitch ass men, she said. But she's talking directly to me. Let's continue.
Bullying you. You bullied Diddy. You bullied his family. You bullied Diddy's entire family. You bullied Diddy's entire family.
Listen, let's get back into it.
Let's get back into it because you're a liar. Why don't you tell the people about that Rico you promised them?
Calling her out on her bullshit. No one, there's not a group of people surrounding her and threatening her.
Let's get what? This is very meta. This is very meta. This argument is very meta.
Black girl, guys.
It's Black Mirror, right? We're all live streaming.
Cameras everywhere.
We're all live streaming.
Baby, bad boy is back.
Tisa's
Bad boy is
dancing.
back.
So listen,
Bad boy
Ratchet
is
yelling.
back, Tisa. You scrambling and scraping.
All right, you guys, kiss and make up.
Oh, she got to stand on the line, she told me.
Listen.
Bad boy. Bad boy.
Not the bad
Bad boy.
Yeah, it was me being petty though. Your boy Ratchet petty as hell though. We all know I'm petty. Let's continue.
It goes back to Tisa Tells, who's sitting over there in New York wearing clothes that I know came out of Claudia's closet allegedly. She started off as a tarot card reader, and now she's supposed to be a Diddy expert. I found it very funny. I write the poetry.
Jaguar White just said she started off as a tarot card reader, and now she's supposed to be a Diddy expert.
They did a whole podcast where Tisa was brought in as a Diddy expert on Claudia's podcast. But why would you need? That girl ain't got no industry background. Her husband was a third string nobody on a not. We didn't make it to the NFL team. Was it the Sun Devils? Busted up knee from what I hear. Potential gambling problem and a bad golfer. At least that's what I heard about Jackie McKinney, known as Tisa Tells' husband. Since when did you become an industry anything? What do you know? You don't know anything. You have sources. That's what you say. Your sources. And I'm saying it right now. I believe, and I'll say allegedly for the record. Tisa Tells is a mouthpiece for Claudia Jordan, who's trying to help rewrite history and cover her ass. You're pathetic. You and your little Inspector Gadget hoe got up there in a trench coat looking like she on current affair. And she needs some rest, or she needs left behind playing in the snow in her nose.
Ooh, Jag saying she been playing in that snow in her nose. Jaguar says she might got a Coca-Cola addiction. Said Tisa's a puppet. I've been said that. They said, where did Claudia come from? Jaguar Wright is saying that Tisa like to play in her nose. So she look at hell. Beautiful Insanity. I think everybody that was there know that there was a couple of ski trips took in New York. Allegedly. I think somebody else was playing with that Tusi. I ain't talking about the Diddy trial. I mean, I'm talking about the Diddy trial, but I think somebody covering the Diddy trial was doing that Tusi.
Elections. Paying people to walk up to her to act like they know who she is, so she can feel like she has some value because she's mad that when Jaguar Wright pulls up, the whole press corps shows up. I'm tired of you hoes. Tired. Why you need this nobody, this Tisa fool, this idiot with her mouth guard and her lace front? Well, why do you need her to come and give you Diddy news? You were sitting on Diddy's lap, Claudia. Hug up. Diddy do her backside. You should be able to give all the Diddy news yourself. But you can't, can you? It must make you sick having to find a stand-in close to the sun, and you failed. You and Jason Lee are on my radar. You, Jason, all of you little weirdos, you little reality TV weirdos.
Man. That was Jaguar's message to Tisa. Jackie, thank you for the 19-month membership and the $20. Salute to Jackie. Throw the flowers up for Jackie for being a member for 19 months. What y'all think about that? She said that Tisa, a.k.a. Sniffany, be playing in her nose. They say Sniffany be over there playing in her damn nose. What y'all think? Is Jaguar lying about that?
I don't care who sleeps with who. As long as it's not my husband, it's not my business. Until it becomes a felony. Up until then, don't care. Yesterday, you Tisa Tells, kept talking.
Now watch how, this is a boy moment if I ever seen one. Just watch this shit. I'm talking about just when you say if getting checked was a person. If getting checked was a person. Says wasn't trying to promo. You mentioned the video of your last. Oh, you that person. No. Cool. Well, I might have to react to it then, man. My bad, brother. Okay, you that person. Yeah. Salute to that video, man, because you actually that was the best video I seen of this shit. I ain't gonna even lie. That was the best video I seen of this shit. Salute to you.
Don't care. Yesterday, you Tisa Tells, kept talking to me about how Sean Combs, one of the sex workers, to be, quote, well endowed. Okay. You're making it sound like, as I said, a trust fund at Harvard University, when you're actually talking about the physicality, and I'm trying to put it delicately so we don't get thrown off the air, of the set workers. Is that correct? That's a yes, no, Tisa Tells.
Yes, yes. And listen, Grandma,
Okay.
close.
That, just a yes, just a yes. Tell me.
Boy, I would have been like, hold on, you trying to cut me the fuck off?
That's a yes, no, Tisa Tells.
Yes, yes. And listen, Grandma,
Okay.
close.
That, just a yes, just a yes. Tell me about the bisexual claim.
So the bisexual claim, it's very interesting, okay? She didn't know what was going on. Keep in mind, we're still in the early parts of this Romeo, unbeknownst to her, this Romeo pimp situation, okay? He's introducing her into this life of darkness. So he's starting off slow. So she's trying to make sense of what's going on. Why does he want all these disgusting things? And they even played audio where you can see her literally, it was so embarrassing and humiliating for Diddy, where you can clearly see this woman is doing everything she can to get out of the neck off. Again, it hasn't descended into violence and pure debauchery, but so she's Googling what's going on. Why does he like to see other men? Why does he stand in the corner and diddle with himself? What is going on? So that's when she said, I think he's bi-curious.
That girl can't pronounce a motherfucking word. So Nancy be up there, little boy in her. Nancy just be up there talking to Tisa any kind of damn way. Let's be real.
Another order to make sure this doesn't happen because they have another person coming in with a Tisha Tells is a nasty bird. Tisha Tells is a nasty yuck. She is a nasty yuck. And that's coming from an apostle of Holy Spirit Jesus. She is yuck. If I spiritually wanted the birds to do something to her, I would want them to peck her eyes out with their beaks. That's how much. Outside the courtroom, she's a nasty guy. You're a nasty guy. Yeah, I know. Kiss your mother for me on a boy, because I'm allowed back in the courtroom to stop with it. You thought I was out the courthouse, but I'm not. That's Tisa, who she talking about. Go wash that fucking wig.
She told her to go wash that fucking wig. Candy is crazy.
Go put some hairspray in there. Go fly with the birds.
That's what she's talking about.
No.
She said,
Kiss yourself, because you're not Black American.
she got her
Jesus,
kicked out
you
the
never
courtroom.
when I found out your history, I know this how much.
With Jesus this morning.
And I'm going to give you that speak for his motherfucking self.
She is really, really.
If you don't have practice around your zip code, I'm going to fuck you. Pay me back. I know.
It's drama. It's drama.
Don't suck like the military stick like that in the elevator. Next time you put your fucking bag and don't say excuse me, you're going to see what happens. Okay, I see. Come on, let's go. Come on. Guys, you ain't that you don't talk about nothing disrespectful. Keep it a G. Keep it a G. If you say something disrespectful, it's a problem. If you say her. If you don't talk to her, give her cash. She's worth more than what you saying. She's right. And you better watch your fucking mouth. You're not old enough, son. Anyways, he's next tonight. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, that lady got into. When I say she got into it with everybody that ever went to that damn courtroom, I'm not lying to y'all.
Oh, these broke niggas is mad. So anyway, listen, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, excuse me, can you please move him away, please?
Look, you tried to sick your damn security team on me. So you wanted them to get violent with me. Why? Why would you be trying to get your security to be violent with me? She had that outfit too long. It's a uniform now. That is the Tisa uniform. to get up there and go lie.
So at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, right? We will listen. At the end of the day.
You couldn't even get your words together. Ratchet had you by the. I'm talking about if getting drug across the internet was a person at this point. You couldn't figure out nothing to say.
We have done what we can. This shows
We have done what we can. If this ain't Kamala all over again.
that these people care more about, right? We have shown.
That boy Ratchet is cold. She could not work no more at that point. Look, she was so irritated. She wanted to snatch that damn wig off at that point.
Y'all, I work for the feds. So listen, what's been actually happening is, I'm glad I'm turning into the story, honey. I'm glad. I'm going. Okay, so listen. At the end of the day.
If you say at the end of the day one more time. If you say at the end of the day one more time. They said red face and mad.
Listen, these people are sitting here in their struggle, mad that Diddy doesn't even know they exist. They want it, I get it. They're mad that they don't have, right? Listen, they are mad.
You can't even get a sentence out at this point. It's getting bad.
They're mad. They're mad. They are mad. Listen, at the end of the day, the prosecution is showing what it is. And now they are saying that I should be the story because I actually went to the prosecution. Because at the end.
Wait, you went to the prosecution? Wait, how did you go to the prosecution? What the fuck was you about to say?
Are saying that I should be the story because I actually went to the prosecution.
Hold on, wait.
Prosecution is showing what it is. And now they are saying that I should be the story because I actually went to the prosecution. Because at the end of the day.
And she said it again. Here we go again. Back to at the end of the day. She can't figure out nothing to say other than the end of the day. What you mean that you went to the prosecution? That's what I want to know. What the hell you meant you went to the prosecution? Man.
They are mad that I went with what the prosecution could say, that I did with what the prosecution would say, and they're mad. There's all these bottom feeders that.
So you just admitted to it. Did anybody else? Am I the only person hearing that? Did she not just admit to it? She's admitting to what she's doing right there. She said, I went with what the prosecution said. What are you talking about?
Literally are trying to get money off they can, but they cannot, right? Listen, at the end of the day, these people need to be worried about whether Diddy's going to get time and not yelling at me. I get it that I'm the story. I know they need me for the views. I know they need me for the content. I know they need me for those pennies and those money. And I know
those pennies and those money. I know they need me for those pennies and those money.
That they are the type of men that feel very comfortable trying to harass and bully and intimidate women. At the end of the day, this is the type of people they are. They want to bully women. They want to fight women. And there's a bunch of dusty, ugly, male-identified women also riding on them. At the end of the day, this is
then calling me ugly. Like you're the only one throwing out slurs because you got called out for your lies. No one attacked you for anything of the way you dressed. No one attacked you for that. You came at other people first. You started being throwing derogatory remarks at people first. Then things were thrown back your direction after you started being disrespectful.
What we live in. And I'm glad. Thank you for my baby for paying for security. Thank you for my baby for keeping me protected. Baby, I love you and I will see you soon. Okay?
So now her baby paid for her protection. You just said the prosecution, or you said the courthouse told you. It doesn't even matter. Don't worry about it.
At the end of the day, these are Diddy supporters.
At the end of the day again.
Grown men rolling up on women, trying to intimidate them, trying to make me feel scared.
Trying to make her feel scared. See how she's twisting it right there? And y'all all just saw what I did? So she's just going to say, I was trying to make her feel scared.
Trying to make me feel, because they're mad that the
it's no. They are hoping that maybe they can get like a few things. There's a bunch of dusty, ugly, men-identified women mad the patriarchy didn't work for them.
Now she's saying that the women are ugly. She's saying all the men and the women are ugly animals, foaming at the mouth.
They're riding along with them. I get it. This is the world that we live in. They're mad. A federal government bought up things, and this is crashing out.
No, you're crashing out, baby. I was far from crashing out. You're crashing out.
Crashing out. He's crashing out, and I love to see it. He is whoever it is, he is crashing.
Now she's saying whoever he is. Now she don't know who the hell I am. Now she don't know who the hell was just telling her she's a liar.
And this is crashing out. He's crashing out. He's crashing out, and I love to see it. He is whoever it is, he is crashing out. Meanwhile, the man that he rolled out for don't know him, won't shake his hand, but he wants at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
And any day, listen, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day,
Oh my God, bro.
is what it talks about, and I get it.
It is what it talks about. She said at the end of the day, it is what it talks about.
And it's sad that these band of married men are doing this. You guys, let's get back into this, okay? So anyway, Mark Agnafilio, listen, I will say this one time. The jury got it wrong, and the jury enabled this behavior.
The jury got it wrong, and the jury enabled this behavior.
This is what the jury enabled. These are the people that support Diddy. This is the type of thing that they want actually done. Grown men and men crash.
She's lied on me so many times, bro. I've been in contact with my lawyers. This will be taken care of.
Out, emotional over someone that doesn't even know they exist. Grown men fighting for the fact that they should be able to abuse, bully, yell. This is the world they want to live in.
So the jury asked for this. This is what the jury asked for men to beat women. What are you talking about?
This is the world they want to live in. And now they're crashing out, screaming, voices cracking, because they're mad that security is making it impossible for them to even touch me or get over to it. Anyway, you guys, let's get back into this. Let's get back into.
Yeah, if being flustered was a person, boy, I was living rent free in her head in that moment. Can't make this up. Let's continue.
Because I was in the court every day, taking notes and reporting and doing my thing. I didn't give a damn what anybody else's opinion was. I didn't give a, because again, I don't care. Think what you want. I'm gonna think on. You obviously over here because again, I was focused. I was doing what y'all told me to do.
There go that. See that sniffle? You see that sniffle? Watch.
I didn't give a, because again, I don't care. Think what you want. I'm gonna think on. You obviously over here because again, I was focused. I was doing what y'all
see that
told me to do. And to turn, and I was not on here making things up about other people. I never spoke about anybody on this channel, and I still won't speak about them. Now clock that. But I will say this, and what did they do? They couldn't lash out at the system because the system was too powerful. They couldn't lash out at the system because the system didn't support them.
Who wouldn't lash out at the system? Ratchettv stood right in front of that building and lashed out at the system. What are you talking about? At the end of the day got to end.
So what did they do?
But she's talking about this. What system are you talking about, lady?
They found the first black woman they could, and they lashed out, and they tried to click up.
You're not black. This is another Kamala Harris, bro. This is another Kamala.
And they tried to link up, and they tried to do what they do to silence. You attack. You did the exact same thing that Diddy did whenever he gets mad, whenever he gets upset, whenever he feels he's not being respected or listened to, and his Bob the Builder sucks. Y'all link up and y'all, whenever he gets mad, whenever he gets upset, whenever he feels he's not being respected or listened to, and his Bob.
Yeah, I'm be real. This motherfucker is cuckoo.
Exact same thing that Diddy did whenever he gets mad, whenever he gets upset, whenever he feels he's not being respected or listened to, and his Bob the Builder sucks.
She got a real personal vendetta with Diddy, bro. I swear.
Y'all link up and y'all lashed out at the closest person you could because you weren't strong enough or man enough or woman enough. Let's not forget the pygmishas, right? To actually stand 10 toes down and actually focus on the facts. Pick the prosecution's argument, but you couldn't because the facts weren't on Diddy's side. And they still not. Because guess what? Diddy was denied bail.
Man. That girl just continuously lies.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. If you really confuse Cassie's industry silence with Beyonce's empire, you probably don't know the culture and you're using the culture for clickbait.
I don't know why people keep doubting me. I am an investigator, baby.
And some of y'all, in my opinion, are trying to decode our culture without ever living in it.
She's saying that you've never lived in the culture, but you want to live in the culture, though. You've never been in the culture, but you want to live in it.
Cassie back then was on the same level as Beyonce.
Wait. What in the hell did she just say? Hold on. Did y'all catch what she just said? Tisa has a lawsuit. Did y'all hear what she just said? She can't feel her front two teeth. They said, exactly. Is that no bias? We just watched. She is bonkers. They say, yep. Did she just say Cassie was on the same level as Beyonce? That's another lie. What in the hell are we? Cassie didn't have one damn song that we can really think of. When did Cassie and Beyonce become the what? I've never heard that comparison. Let's listen to more of this.
Now, I know Beyonce went on to be a legend, but Cassie was right there neck and neck with her.
Cassie was neck and neck with Beyonce in what year? What time? Where the hell was we at? When the hell did Cassie and Beyonce become the same level?
Back then was on. People keep doubting me. I am an investigator, baby.
And some of y'all, in my opinion, are trying to decode our culture without ever living in it.
Cassie back then was on the same level as Beyonce. Now, I know Beyonce went on to be a legend, but Cassie was right there neck and neck with her.
She couldn't even say neck and neck. She was neck and neck with her.
Let's keep it real. Shade, no shade, but Cassie was never on Beyonce's level. Not in 2006, not in 2025, not in 2026. It's never going to happen. Meanwhile, I heard someone say that Cassie and Beyonce were neck and neck. In what universe was this? In 2006, Cassie had one little hit. It was not a Billboard hit, not a number one. One little hit, even though this person said she had numerous number ones. No, she had a number 3. That's as far as it went.
So again, Tisa just don't do. She even lied and said Cassie had all these number 1 hits. When did Cassie have a bunch of number? What are you talking about? Cassie was never a successful artist. She was a one-hit wonder. If we being real, Tisa tells lies.
And it was me and you. But while Cassie was sitting up there whispering into a sidekick mic, we have Beyonce back in 2006. She had Deja Vu, she had Irreplaceable, she had Ring the Alarm, she also dropped the B-Day album. Honey, that was some of her best work in my opinion. That's my favorite album from her. Cassie number 1 hits, as I said, she had none. Beyonce number 1 hits at that time, she had 5 in that year alone.
What is Tisa talking about, y'all? Can anybody point me in the direction of what the hell she talking about?
Keep it real, Cassie was a little vibe.
I said she still had that same wig on.
However, Beyonce, seriously, the Destiny Child's years too. Beyonce is in complete triumph of complete reign. They are not and never were in the same category, sis. What are you talking about? And if you're like me and you're tired of people misleading you with fan fiction, with just lies and misrepresentations, honey, you know what to do. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can keep up with all the latest because we got some more tea dropping for you today. But Beyonce, child, these people are playing around in your face, honey. That ain't none of my business. You need to go address that on your own. That ain't my business. Catch y'all in the next video. Bye.
Man, see, everybody, bro, all content creators see right through this bullshit. All the content creators see right through it.
Lies, just lied. Everything was a lie.
To be guilty on.
So let the gaslighting begin. So I guess the criminal justice system only works correctly when you get a full conviction on an individual that's been charged. It doesn't work correctly when you get exonerated of the most serious charges. Check out this idiocy from Tisa Tales and Nancy Grace and the misandry. Just check it out. It's a.
I'm not gonna lie. Everybody in the courtroom expected him to be guilty on at least the sex trafficking. There was a somber tone. They walked in, and when they said, "Please read," and they said, "What do you find me?" On count one, not guilty. It was a bomb that went off in the courtroom. The public audibly gasped. Nobody was expecting that. There were cheers of joy from Diddy's side. Count two, what say ye? Not guilty. Again, another bombshell went off. People were in utter disbelief. Even Diddy's most ardent supporters did not expect him to get off on the count of sex trafficking with Cassie. Count three, when they said guilty for transportation of a prostitute, when they said guilty for the mayonnaise, that is when Diddy's team actually cheered. Yeah, that's all right. Okay.
So y'all hear her just say when Diddy was read guilty of the Mann Act, they cheered. But why would they cheer and then in the same breath say this is a Mann Act, was made for PDFs. This is about people who have charges with children. Why would they celebrate that? See what I'm saying? How she's like, why would they celebrate that?
Come on, almost like we were watching a pro football game. When the other ones came in after that, there were jaws on the ground. It was unbelievable. People were looking at the jury, searching into how they could get a verdict in this day and age. They heard Cassie's mother, the 20,000. They heard Capricorn Clark. They heard about the savage beatings. And it was unbelievable that the only thing they said was prostitution. And that is because Daniel Phillips, in his testimony, actually said, at least I'm guessing that just because, that he got paid to have sex for money. It was a travesty. It was an all-out circus. Everybody, including myself, are running to safety.
I got a question for you, Tisa.
Everybody was running to safety. Another lie. The lies just don't damn stop.
And everyone's going to want to know this. You're in a car right now. You had to leave the courthouse. Why?
I had to leave the courthouse because Diddy's supporters were out of control. The first time I ran and did my live, of course, I had 2 armed security guys. Everyone told me, the people in the courthouse was like, make sure you have security. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. It wasn't just me, but I'll tell you what I experienced. Diddy's supporters surrounding me, threatening me, saying that they were going to hurt me. It was a serious situation. It got so bad and there was so much chaos and violence that they actually had to lock the courtroom down and force the Diddy supporters across the street. It was something myself, the news media, mainstream media, new media have never seen in their lives. The level, and again, the jurors, I hope to God they know how to sleep at night. Because again, I'm sure they did their duty. But when all that chaos was happening, as I was being threatened and ushered out by armed security people, I thought, this is what the jury did. They sent a signal that it is okay to use violence. It's okay to drug people up. It's okay to live a life of debauchery. It's okay to do whatever you want. Because guess what? If you work hard enough and you have enough money and enough delusional fans and you have ingrained yourself in culture enough that you can do whatever you want. And 12 of your peers will look the other way. Again, this jury was shocking.
Tisa tells, when you say that Sean Combs supporters threatened you, what were they saying?
They were saying, you effing B, we're going to kill you, you effing B. Apparently I work for the feds, you're a plant, you made this all up because of you. Again, they're not too smart. Because of you, that's how this case got started. We're going to treat you worse than we treated Cassie. Cassie, what we do to you is going to be nothing that they had on Cassie. They were screaming, they were yelling. Some people were saying, apologize to Diddy, apologize to Diddy.
I ain't gonna say you owe an apology, but you probably need to shut up about it. At least. All right. To God be all the glory.
I ain't gonna say you need to apologize, but you might just want to stop. You might just want to leave the Diddy case. Like, just being real. No one is trying to take you off the case, but it would probably be better for you just to not talk about this no more. You've lost enough credibility.
Prosecution in Puffy's case was horrible. If New York City is paying people to do that type of prosecution, you can hire me and I'll come do the job for you. Because number one, how are you accusing someone of a RICO, but you're not calling to the stand anyone that was supposed to be a part of the enterprise? They didn't call KK. They didn't call D-Rock. They didn't call anybody in the album, in the record company, any big executives or anything. So where is the RICO? When you seen Young Thug up for a RICO, you saw his co-defendants. Puffy had no co-defendants. So how is it a RICO and there are no damn co-defendants? That's number one for me. Number two, how are you alleging sex trafficking but ain't calling in the agencies that the prostitutes came from?
That's a good damn question. Now that's a good damn question. So he hired them from agencies because all of them were hired from agencies. So the agencies didn't do anything wrong in this. They pimping their damn employees out. So we're not going to bring in the agencies, and people are bringing drugs in, and you're using Diddy as the drug distributor, but you have the drug dealer in One Stop, but you never bring One Stop in. That's and you got a drug mule in you brought the drug mule in there to talk about the drugs, but he was even getting them from One Stop. So what are we talking? Why was One Stop never called in? Why was nobody else in the whole organization called in? And then you got the escorts in the building telling you how they were hired to dance, but they were effing for money. So the agencies ain't held responsible for this? Come on, man.
Me as a lawyer, I would have called in the agencies that they called, Puffy and them called, that they got the escorts with. I would have called them in as witnesses.
Salute to JoJo dropping me a whole $100. Salute. She said, oh my gosh, he's pissing me off and I don't want to be angry for my birthday in 2 hours. Just showing support. Love you. Much love to everyone. Salute. Salute to JoJo. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, oh JoJo. Happy birthday to you. Salute JoJo.
I would have had them say that basically Puffy misrepresented that he was using their people as escorts and instead was trafficking them to these women. That any relationship he got into with all these different women, because see, Gina didn't have to come to the stand for this company to say that he used their escorts to traffic them to different women that he was dealing with. But people so stuck on the women being the victim, they don't realize that the prostitutes were the victim. The men that were hired as escorts and coerced and tricked, coerced by who? By Puffy's women. He got these women and set them up to basically coerce these men into prostitution. That's the angle you come from. Yeah, y'all, I would have ate that thing up, and I ain't even a lawyer, but people been telling me all my life since I was a child, I always wanted to be a lawyer. When I tell y'all, like, this was so simple that people get paid to do this and blow it. Blow it.
That was the case blown, but because they never wanted Diddy for a RICO. They wanted Diddy to go down because Cassie wanted vengeance. This was about the feds getting their way of getting Diddy on something, but they knew off of technicality he would go down for the prostitution at least. They knew it was no RICO, but it was a shot. It was a shot in the fucking dark.
It's now gone. Yeah. Everybody thought Daphne, you know what I'm saying, like the whatever.
From Scooby-Doo?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, was
Said the name right from the courtroom, y'all.
doing her thing.
Yeah. And Velma too. Yeah. And Scrubby and
Exactly. And now when you look at it, it's like
we summoned them. A hit dog will holler. A hit dog will holler. A hit dog will holler. So listen, let me just tell you something, right? Because this is an interesting point that Lovely T actually pointed out. All the people with money, power, influences, Diddy's equal. They refuse to come and support this man because they know something was wrong. But there are a million broke, dusty, desperate, bitch-ass men out here trying to bully women. Anybody knows something was wrong. But there are a million broke, dusty, desperate, bitch-ass men out here trying to bully women. Anybody of note, of merit, of whatever, anybody of note and merit is not out here.
Y'all, so listen, let's get back into what happened with the prosecution, right? Let's get back into what happened with the...
Man, I'm not gonna say somebody likes Coke Zero or not, but this is definitely giving Diet Coke vibes. I'm gonna be real. This is definitely giving Diet Coke vibes, man. What in the hell are we talking? Come on, Ratchet Gang. Now, I don't know what someone does or doesn't do in their free time, but they said Ratchet never called her out her name. Exactly, I never did. I never did, not one time. We're gonna remove that comment. Appreciate you paying me though. Let's continue. What is going on here, gang?
People! Y'all, so listen, let's get back into what happened with the prosecution, right? Let's get back into what happened with the chat. Let's get what happened into this, right? Let's get
what happened into this. Let's get what happened into this.
Out here, but you got dusty people. Y'all, so listen, let's get back into what happened with the prosecution, right? Let's get back into what happened with the chat. Let's get what happened into this, right? Let's get what turn it up. I love this song. Anyway, dusty people. Y'all, so listen, let's get back into what happened with the prosecution, right? Let's get back into what happened with the chat. Let's get what happened into this, right? Let's get what turn it up. I love this song. Anyway, listen. So listen, Mark Acapilio wanted.
Man. I don't know what it is, but it is loose. And there's some screws is loose. Donella said, what music? She said, I love this song. she said, turn it up. I love this song. What the Somebody said batshit crazy. Yo, that chick said, turn it up. I love this song. Yo, what? Yo, at that point, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. When I was looking across the damn way, like, what in the fuck is she over there dancing? Look, I'm over there. Look, I'm staying in my damn, you know what I'm saying, my bag right now. I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, you need to talk about these lies. I just see her over there dancing, and I'm thinking in my head, what in the fuck is she talking? Why is she over there dancing? I wanted to like just break out so bad, but hold on, why is she? I wanted to just start joking and shit at that point, but I was still trying to be Ratchettv, man. I was still trying to get my damn. I was in my bag, man. But yeah, that chick, and from one crazy chick to this crazy chick. Now Milagro, y'all know who Milagro is, right? Milagro made a comment on this. Milagro, me and her have definitely had a few words in the past, and she don't like me based on the Tory Lanez situation. She got called out for some shit.
Being seen that everybody who my first, and I was like, is everybody okay? Like, so my thoughts and my prayers when I do my show. Okay,
I'm trying to fast forward to the part.
Didn't they call him a Diddy fan or something? A blogger, whatever the fuck. Okay, so
a Diddy fan, a blogger, a Diddy fan.
I don't need to get up on my main platforms and give him the time of day. Diddy think for me is exactly what I said he was. That I'm not going to get.
Hold on, here you go.
When I do my show today, my official show, there's a certain energy that I'm not going to give to Armand Wiggins because I don't give a fuck about Armand Wiggins. That's number one. He's exactly what I said he was. I tell no lies. And you see that in black and white, don't you? Exactly. So there's nothing for me to get into. And Armand is not a celebrity to me. He is exactly what Daily Mail called him. Okay? Didn't they call him a Diddy fan or something? A blogger? Whatever the fuck. Oh.
Someone said she needs those money. Tisa can't talk for shit. Boy, she can't get nothing right. She needs those money.
Okay. So I don't need to get up on my main platforms and give him the time of day.
Now, she was talking about Armand here, but she definitely spoke about the Tisa situation. We're going to get into that too.
because he's not one of the people that has made it to that level. So we can sit on Station Head and we can talk because I take baths on Station Head. That's nothing. So what I want to say is Armand is an idiot. He self-sabotages. He is so desperate to be in certain spaces that he will embarrass himself, humiliate himself, compromise himself, damn near sell himself. Child, he'll take some clothes off and shake his booty too. And it's pitiful. He's walking around screaming new media and respect, but sat up and laid his dignity on the courthouse steps. You can't make this shit up. He can sit up and say that he did what he did for whatever reason, but history will recall it the way that it was cited, the way it was headlined.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all think Armand Wiggins was wrong for the baby oil incident? See, and if you notice, they even said I was over there filming the shit. I never got that on camera because I wasn't over there when the baby oil incident happened. I was on live when it happened and I came at the very butt end of it. Like as soon as it stopped is when I came. When I came, I was like, what the hell is they forming a circle over there? I thought it was a fight. But it was Armand over there in the baby oil, and he came out with, I was like, what the hell you got going on, Armand? So people lied and said I was filming the baby. I wasn't even around over there. But what do y'all think? Was Armand wrong? They say he went too far. Drop the gems if Armand was wrong. Drop the eyeballs if you don't give a damn and you still rocking with him. Let me know if y'all feel like Armand Wiggins went too far. Drop the gems if he went too far. Drop the eyeballs if he did not go too far. I want to know from the chat before we continue on this. What are your thoughts on what Armand Wiggins did with the baby oil? Did he go too far? Did he cross the line? Drop the gems if he crossed the line. Drop the eyeballs if he did not. Let me know in the chat. They said it wasn't that deep. There are some gems being dropped. There are a lot of eyeballs in the chat. They said, no, I don't think so. They said too far. He wigged out. Let's see. Elise said he went too far. There's some gems in here. A lot of people do this. It might be damn near 50-50, 60-40 or something like that. It's looking like some people do feel like he went a little bit too far. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They said when Armand Wiggins go live after court, he used baby oil. Yeah, he did the baby oil incident, and I will just put it like this. I know what he said his intentions were, and he said that it was about his fans and whatever, whatever. But in the same breath, this is just my honest opinion about it. Armand had a lot to lose in that moment, being that Armand was like one of the poster childs for the P. Diddy case, and that was his unbiased opinion. And it appeared, I'm not saying this is what it was. I don't feel like he did anything with malicious intent, but it appeared in that moment that he was in, it would come off because a lot of people were happy in that moment that Diddy was acquitted of those charges, and it looked like a celebration on his part, when he does that. So I could understand what they were trying to say, but I know that I spoke to Armand on my live, and Armand said he was only doing it for his fans, and it was like his moment. He wasn't doing it with malicious intent. He said that, I'm just doing it for my fans, and this was something I coined, so I just want to have fun in the moment. So I get what Armand is saying, and I get why certain people would look at it a different way. I speak to Armand. I spoke to him today, so I don't feel no kind of way about what he did. Not me personally. I can just looking at it from the middle, I can see both sides. But I don't think that Armand did it with any malicious intent. But a lot of people definitely, it probably was like a bad joke. They said he probably was joking, but Tisa reported that. Tisa also was very disgusted by that. Tisa definitely shaded Armand, and Tisa been throwing a lot of shade at Armand for that. And again, Armand was cordial with her the whole time in the courthouse, I guess because he filmed that, and I guess that's just her way of getting back at him, trying to make him look like whatever, based on whatever happened to her. But, someone said he got too loose. All right, I don't know. They said wrong place, wrong time. Yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think in the chat. Me personally, I don't think he was just doing shit with malicious intent. I don't feel like that. But there are a lot of people mad at him about that.
That you trivialized this situation. That's what you did. And let me tell you what, your excuse for why you did what you did falls flat. I mean, for anyone who has a piece of a fucking brain. So where y'all at? Let's chit chat. Imagine getting up saying, well, the more oil thing has taken a life of its own on my platform, so that's why I did it. as like a culmination. You fucking idiot. It's still making light of, it's still mocking, it's still all the negative things that we're calling it. Because you should have never trivialized the baby oil. Do you understand that? Do you understand that there's no way to pretty it up? And I want to say, and I'm so glad I'm a thorough bitch, because when it comes time to really lay it out, we can talk our shit because we said something, right? I told y'all that I was very turned off at the way that everything was being reported on. It's not fucking funny. What Diddy was being accused of, it was not funny. And I specifically commented on the people that were watching our mom's videos, leaving comments, laughing and kikiing like it was. I said, what happened to having a heart for victims? What's funny about more oil? What's funny about simulating having sex? And like, this nigga is up in a chair with his little booty shorts on, literally simulating having sex, mocking incidents described in court on video. And the caption under it, where he's asking for money in the bottom left in his lower third, is the More Oil Fund. So everything was so funny until he got up there and recreated a Boondocks episode. Now it's not funny no more. No. Let me tell you about niggas. You build up people like Armand, and then you turn your back on people like Armand. Then people like Armand crash out. Then all of y'all looking crazy. With y'all stupid ass.
What do y'all think about Milagro? Is she hating on Armand Wiggins? Let me know in the chat. Is she just hating on Armand Wiggins? What do y'all feel?
Niggas want to be vile. Niggas want to do their shit in the dark. That's the problem. They didn't have no problem with Armand's behavior until everybody else saw it. As long as y'all was in Armand land over on his channel where y'all thought nobody was really seeing y'all was leaving them comments and laughing and shit, it's like, oh, everything okay, because that was in an isolated environment. Now that this shit has hit the main stage, y'all acting like y'all in the uproar. Armand's views have been out the fucking wazoo. Don't lie, bitch. You've been sitting right over there laughing with Armand. Now he's a coon. I'm not going for it. All you hoes half-stepping. Y'all empowered him to do exactly what the fuck he did. Now y'all got the nerve to turn around and say, oh my God, Frankenstein, look at your fucking monster. All of y'all are complicit, not the mob. Everybody right here that can hear the sound of my voice, bitch, you not in that shit. Because we don't move like that. But everybody else that was up there, this boy then did better on YouTube with this Diddy shit and this baby oil than he ever has in his whole YouTube career. This nigga then got up on Nancy Grace. Congratulations. This nigga then got up with TMZ. Congratulations. This nigga then got up here with Angela Yee. Congratulations. This nigga then did all of this shit to turn around and say, look at me, white people. I'm a fucking coon. You want to know why? Because he don't know how to have shit. He has no sense of self, so he does any fucking thing. He want to be seen so bad that he don't give a fuck what type of dance he's doing as he's performing as a court jester. So the whole thing is, babe, you gotta do better. 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 So the internet is having its way with Armand. They done talked about him like a damn dog. They done talked about him like a damn dog. A dog, bitch. I'm talking about viral post after viral post. CNN, let me tell you what. This young man, Armand, has done all of this work and has been recognized in whatever capacity by traditional media, only to have CNN come up yesterday with absolute disgust, describe what was going on at the courthouse. You were scolded on fucking CNN. You are being branded as the poster child for Diddy making it out or getting acquitted of certain charges They got this nigga out. Somebody said, I saw it on NBC. They said they described it as a circus. They called them crazed fans. The Daily Mail did a whole fucking write-up. And guess who's on the headline? Guess who's the headline picture? Armand's black ass. Smiling with his chest out. He looks like the cooniest coon you've ever seen in your fucking life. Yelling, then talking about more oil, more oil. And I see somebody right here that's saying, at least he made it to CNN. Let me block you, big head.
Yeah, but I agree with that comment. They said they've been laughing at it since the beginning. I mean, it was funny until it was like it was a running joke until it happened live. Cause I mean, Armand been doing this shit for a. I mean, I don't know how long he been saying that shit for a while. A lot of people had fun with it, but it was like when he did it live and put the baby oil after the charges were basically he beat all the damn charges. Then it wasn't a problem until Diddy beat the charges. I don't know what y'all think about that.
Let me block you. Because if you don't understand the importance of being seen in the right light, if you don't understand how far them niggas just set us back, then I cannot help you. Armand Wiggins and the rest of them people are so for self that they didn't give a fuck about how they would make the community look by doing what the fuck they did. Armand is so concerned with himself that he didn't give a fuck how YouTubers would look when he did what he did because it was all about him. It was all about him and his platform and a motherfucking inside joke while he running around screaming new media. That's why we're not the same. That's why we're not the same. How many people do you think will respect YouTubers after this? How much longer do you think it'll take for people to even pretend to believe that people from that space have fucking integrity or morals or anything? What do you think? BJ Reacts says that she was attacked after Diddy's verdict. So let me tell you this. Let's move on to another content creator. Tisa Tells. I was able to catch a little bit of Angel. The Angel Kisses the Oracle. And through watching her, I ended up falling asleep, I think. But through watching Angel, I found out that Tisa got attacked. Is this correct? A verbal attack? And I heard that if Tisa didn't have security, that they was gonna beat her ass.
Oh, come on now. See, you see how your lies. Do you see how your lies are affecting people, Tisa? Now you see you got this girl up on here saying if you didn't have security, you was gonna be physically harmed. That's a fucking lie. You see what you're damaging my reputation at this point. With your lies. Your lies are now damaging my reputation. I want some coins. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm coming for the coins. Pain and suffering. I can't sleep. I've been going through it, man. Y'all just don't know. I've been crying and some more shit over here. I've been crying. I've been scared. I've been depressed. I can't even think straight these days.
I heard that the scene sounded like if she did not have security, that she may have been physically harmed. And that it was men on the other end of this, is what I heard.
Well, you might want to stop. You might want to stop hearing shit and go get your facts straight, Milagro.
A lot of it's still up. I don't watch these people. I know who she is, but I don't watch these people, and so I didn't know any. I heard about it from Angel. They said he was gonna hit her. Mm-hmm.
They said he was gonna hit her. Wow. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I heard. I heard that if she didn't have security, that they was gonna whip her ass. Okay, moving along. Angel did a reading, and she said that they had already been looking into some different things that were going on and some threats. Really? Let me screenshot that. They said, Angel said that that authorities have already been looking into different things that have been put in the atmosphere, different threats and whatnot. And Angel said that the card said that that little stunt that got pulled with them fucking with Tisa the way that they did, that put them more so on the damn radar. And she said the cards say it's gonna be some trouble.
So now they're doing readings on the situation, and they saying it's about to be trouble for people messing with Tisa. No, Tisa got called out for lies. No one threatened her. It was never physical. Y'all got to stop lying so damn much. That's the thing. Y'all have got to stop lying so damn much. Let me pull up. Let's go over here. Some stuff I don't want to put up, but I'm going to show y'all some of this. Give me a second. Hold on. It's something I want to show y'all. Give me 1 second. Is this it right here? Why is it doing? Yeah, here you go. Oh, my bad. Let's go back over here.
You understand it, you don't get to action. I don't care if you understand it, you don't understand it. I'm a warrior. I've been in head to head with these folks in corporate America. You know what I'm saying? Like when they ask the question, is there systemic racism? And nobody answers the question. I'm like, yo, no, hold on. This systemic racism, they trying to keep their foot on the neck up to my level, up to Jay-Z's level, up to LeBron's level. It's an illusion of inclusion by just a couple of us. So I can sit back here in the crib, but I'm not with it. I'm from that same block. I'm a frontliner. I'm with the smoke at any time, no matter where my address is at. We're in a war. This shit is not a fucking game. Everybody needs to wake up. I'm ringing the alarm. I'm having to start right now to organize and to come together, and so we could build our political army unapologetically for the things that matter to us.
Do you believe there's a way to vote and support it, like your personal interests and the interests of your people as a whole?
Yeah. See, when you at our Black Party, we love free thinking, free minded people and individuals. That's all we want in life, is to be able to be free and to be able to think as free as we want. But you have a responsibility to your people to ride on what they riding with for the betterment of the good of the whole overall tribe. We are a people that have been abused the most. And we got to start biting their legs off. That's right. You know, when they put their foot on our neck, we got to start biting that shit off. When they shooting us in the back, we got to start defending ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing going to stop unless you stop it. It's black insanity. We have to get off of this. We have to wake up and see what's going on. The world is watching.
Because it's such an easy conversation to have.
Get to action.
So again, I've been saying the reason why they started targeting him, not only for the Diageo thing, the one thing that people forget about is Diddy was trying to start an all-black political party. And you say he never followed through. That's because they've been trying to stop Diddy for the longest, and talking like that let them know, like, hey, look, Diddy ain't never gonna get down with what we talking about, fam. So let's go ahead and get Diddy right up out of our way.
I'm tired of this shit. They burnt kids. They did this. We can't even breathe. We got 0% of the wealth. I want to tap into. Do any of y'all want to fight? The fuck? This is the fight. All that other shit. Nah, we can get all that other shit. We get some motherfucking money and get some independence. And start getting the resources so we can police our own communities. We can hire our own. Everything starts from money. We want to cure diabetes, you need money. You want to affect the wealth gap, you need money. You want to do education, you need anything. You need money. That's it. Everybody leave. If you don't have no money, you're just going to sit here and be a broke nigga with no money talking about the same shit they was talking about 100 years ago. And I'm not doing that. I'm tired of this shit. They burnt kids. They did this. We can't even breathe. We got 0% of the wealth. I want to tap into, do any of y'all want to fight? The fuck? This is the fight. All that other shit, nah, we can get all that other shit, we get some motherfucking money. And get some independence. And start getting the resources so we can police our own communities. We can hire our own, everything starts with money. We want to cure diabetes, you need money. You want to affect the wealth gap, you need money. You want to do education, you need anything. You need money. That's it. Everybody leave. If you don't have no money, you're just gonna sit here and be a broke nigga with no money, talking about the same shit they was talking about 100 years ago. And I'm not doing that.
That was some real shit right there, y'all. That was what, these are the things that put a target on Diddy's back, man. These are the things that put a target on Diddy's back. So right here, how everyone who testified at the Diddy trial feels right now. A lot of people looking like, should I have done that? Should I have done that? It's a lot of people that testified against Diddy that's real shook right now. Because they tried to put Diddy in the blender. They tried to put Diddy in the damn blender. Let's keep it all the way a big buck. Let's talk about this too.
So good morning. I am Dave, the man who has just sued Cassandra Ventura for damages involved in the Sean Combs sex trafficking trial. And I'm looking through social media and I see a lot of the women out there, particularly black women like myself, who choose to victim shame me and try to do everything they can to discredit me, because the truth is that the loss of the Sean Combs trial was a loss to the Me Too movement and to hating women like the women who are trying to insult me. So let me tell you something, you women out there who would like to insult me. This is my story. I was paid by Cassie, Cassandra Ventura, for 8 years to be her male provider. I didn't have to be the best looking guy. I was the best in bed. And because I was the best in bed, guess what? I was given this arrangement. I was coerced. I was drugged. I was manipulated with promises of money and gifts for over a period of 8 years to continue to be this woman's provider at her expense and at the expense of Diddy. Now, at the time, legally, I didn't know my rights as well as I do now. I didn't create this conflict with Cassandra Ventura. She created it with me. She's the one who decided to bring up things that happened over 10 to 15 years ago to hold Sean Combs accountable for what was a partial truth. She's the person who introduced me to the U.S. Attorney's Office. She's the person who told the U.S. Attorney's Office about our relationship. So in essence, those out there who want to hate on me, who want to say that I'm attacking Cassie, you should realize the truth, that Cassandra Ventura, your idol, did this to herself. She exposed herself to liability when she got on the stand and decided to mention me as the male escort who was with her when she overdosed and Diddy made her have sex with him. That was a lie, people. Cassie had just woke up from sleeping 8 hours. Myself and Sean Combs were exhausted. We wanted to go home. Cassie's the one who forced that sexual encounter.
I told y'all. See, but nobody wants to believe me. So now you got the actual people who were supposed to be the workers coming out saying, Cassie lied on Diddy. None of this shit never happened. Cassie is a liar. The same thing I've been saying about Cassie is starting to hit the fucking fan, y'all. I told you fucking so. I told y'all so.
People, she tells you that Sean Combs made her have sex on her menstrual cycle. I can't speak for anyone else but myself. But I know the one time that did happen, that Sean Combs was not responsible for that Cassie, in a drunken, intoxicated, hormonally imbalanced state due to her period, manipulated and forced herself on me during her menstrual cycle. And what I mean by that is I had no knowledge she was on her menstrual cycle because the room was completely dark. She manipulated the room. She manipulated the environment to get what she wanted, and then she totally got up like I was the one who should have been grateful. You're on your period. That's disgusting, and I deserved more respect than that. As a man, if I had laid down with a woman and forced myself on her and orgasmed in her and she got up and it was leaking out of her, guess what? I would have raped her. So by statute, by case law definition, Cassandra Ventura sexually assaulted me. I'm not looking to destroy Cassie. I've given Cassie more than a year to settle this before things got out of control. The problem is she's being supported by women like you who choose to attack male victims instead of accept the truth. which is that a woman could have lied to get revenge on the ex-boyfriend who broke her heart and hurt her. It happens, people. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and that's true. If you hurt some women, they will do everything in their power. If you hurt some men, they'll do everything in their power to hurt you. But I want to end this by saying this. Cassie did this to herself. They say he who sets out on a course of revenge should dig 2 graves. People, Cassie dug the grave that is Clayton Howard herself. Cassie got on the stand trying to destroy Diddy. She should have took her $20-30 million and walked into the sunset, people. She should have never gotten on the stand and created further liability for herself by telling more of the lie that she created to get this man sent to prison for his life. She made a mistake when she got on the stand, people. She made a mistake when she got on the stand and lied about the events with Clayton Howard. Clayton Howard is a victim of Cassandra Ventura. Clayton Howard didn't ask to be in a relationship with Cassandra Ventura while she was sleeping with numerous men per week. I get it. You all think I was a nasty male prostitute sleeping with women, all different women all the time. It actually didn't work like that. To have certain types of people that can pay you that well, what you really have to do is you have to focus on people who are affluent. And affluent people don't engage in activities like that. So I might have had a client once a month. The truth is I was only a male escort for 2 years. I continued in the profession because Cassie and Diddy continued to pay me very well. And I was an ex-con. I needed money. I was trapped in the situation. I'll admit that. I didn't know what to do. But does that mean I should be victim shamed because the same thing that happened to women all the time happened to me as a man? No. And for those women out there, for you black women who choose to shame me as a black man for telling my truth, you should be ashamed of yourself. That's really pretty much all I have to say. You will not see me too much in the media. I don't need the public to believe me. I just need a jury of my peers and 12 people to believe me in the court. And thanks to the testimony of Cassie during the trial of Sean Combs, I have that. Thank you for watching. Stop victim shaming. Thank you.
Yo, dude said he is coming for them coins. He wants some of that money Cassie got. What y'all think about Cassie? Now people are starting to speak out and say, bruh, Cassie 100% was consenting and she was the one doing this shit her damn self. Cassie's a liar. Diddy wasn't making her do nothing. These are the escorts. They're all saying Cassie is the liar. Once again, Cassie getting called out for her lies.
As one of the actual
What is going on here, gang?
minor victims
One of the victims
to Sean Combs' physical assault while I was employed by him.
You was employed by Sean Combs. You're the victim. What's going on?
As someone who was a witness to the abuse towards Cassandra Ventura.
Another witness to abuse from Cassandra. From Diddy to Cassandra.
During my time of working for Sean Combs, I would just like to say that this is a grave miscarriage of justice.
And why does everybody keep acting like justice wasn't served? So now, if it would have went your way, you would have loved the jury. If it would have went y'all way, boy, y'all would have loved that damn jury. Y'all would have spoke light of that damn jury. If that was the way you wanted it to go, everybody around would have loved what that jury did, man. I'm being real.
And I would like to also address that last year on March 20th, I was contacted by the federal government.
We all know the feds contacted all y'all, but keep cooking.
They showed up at my door with badges. I refused to speak to them because I was terrified.
She did not want to speak to the government because she was terrified, she says.
So I was served with a grand jury subpoena that day before they left my home in Atlanta, Georgia.
Man.
I confided in 3 different people about that visit from the feds. Terrified is actually an understatement.
Now she's terrified. What do y'all think about this?
By April 11th, of 2024, I was being contacted by Sean Combs' initial lawyer, Aaron Dyer.
And so now everybody's scared. Now all the witnesses scared.
I have a voicemail that he left and text messages stating that Mr. Combs was aware of the visit from the government.
Lord have mercy. And now these people crazy as hell.
And that they would like to extend to cover my legal fees. These are facts.
Man, it's a bunch of crazy ass women in this situation. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all.
This, in my opinion, was witness tampering. I was supposed to testify this year on May 20th.
What is going on with it? They said they was done. So yeah, I'm being real. This shit crazy, man.
I was in New York. It was announced. It was on CNN that I was supposed to be testifying.
They said she also wrote a letter to the judge. Yeah, she's another Cassie friend.
And I was pulled because I flipped out on the government. These are also facts.
Why is she talking so damn slow?
I want to be very clear. As a victim, as a former employee of Sean Combs, I do not feel safe.
Now she doesn't feel safe.
I am extremely traumatized. I do not know where to go from here.
I'm talking about these people are bat shit cuckoo.
I did submit my own letter to the judge. I stand by everything that I said. I knew that he beat Cassie Ventura fine in 2009.
Man, what in the hell is going on, gang?
I know that she was dragged from the vehicle, okay? I know that I saw her 2 days later at the London hotel.
So what's the first thing you do? Just run to YouTube, run to Instagram, run to the internet. I'm so afraid I'm gonna grab my phone and tell everybody about what I did. So I was a witness. I did. So you're just gonna go and tell the world now. No one knew all this shit. You just ran to the internet and gave it up for free. What shit? Protect this lady at all costs, I guess. What the hell are we talking about here? Run to the internet, right? That's the safest thing to do. Run to the fucking internet. Show your face, tattoos, all that. Just go to the internet.
When me and one of his assistants brought her a bag, okay? This was a miscarriage of justice. And beyond any of this,
I don't know what the fuck she talking about. I'm gonna be real.
I don't really have anything more to say. And I really don't know where to go from here.
Yeah, it sounds like she's reading off a piece of paper. I don't know I don't know where to go from here. I don't feel safe. I gave her the bag.
Just
okay.
Know that I am terrified and I am traumatized.
Girl, bye. Get the hell off my damn screen. What the hell we got here? She's the one who screamed his kid's mom was unalived by their father. She created victims for what? $136,000 since January? Go to Playboard and check her YouTube income. She made $7,000 this week. On Wednesday and Thursday, she leaked all confidential information before any raid or arrest from her courthouse insider. Why aren't they both without bond? This is about Miss Tisa, the alleged scammer that she is. And like I said, you only have made a whoop. Look, this girl, man, look. I'm just telling y'all, the feds got this girl eating. It is what it is. Ain't no shade, but the feds got this girl over there eating. Man. Today she said you had your girl, Shannon Jones, the Shannon James, don't get blocked out my goddamn chat. Please don't get blocked out my goddamn chat. Tisa reaching for the sky right now. She ain't got nothing on Big Ratchet. I'll tell you that right now. So let's continue. At Ratchet Gang, feds need to subpoena her channel and phone to find out who the courthouse insider she's been paying for a year. She dropped dates and everything that actually happened. Before he even had a single charge, she's admitted to all of that. His family needs to sue for saying he unalived Kim and was getting indicted for a fact. She had someone taking her money to give her confidential documents regarding a case this big before there was even a case. Stay on this and don't stop till she's charged for full interference in this case. And the jury would think he was guilty just from what she was saying. A courthouse insider was leaking to her. We all thought that. It's a mistrial if you all talk about this every day, all day. The feds need to know immediately. So does the Combs family. She presented to be a victim advocate, and she made his kids the real victims, ashamed of their father for taking their mom's life. Tisa said he did that. So that channel needs to be subpoenaed and her phone, DMs, IG DMs, everything till they find out the insider who was selling her indictment information. Miss Tisa, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble when this is all said and done. And hopefully because of your mistakes and whoever's your insider in that courtroom, hopefully Diddy beats the entire case due to your sloppy ass on the internet dropping dimes on the people that you got working for you in the courtroom and who you're working for. You're with the prosecution is with you. Further proved. Man. They said they're going to add more charges. Man. They said whoever telling her stuff, you in trouble. She will claim bipolar. They said, my bro, sometimes. They said they can't add more charges. I enjoyed content creators' commentary on it. Her mind was definitely good. They said, yeah. What do y'all think about that? She has court insiders allegedly giving her court documents, indictment papers that didn't even exist, a case that didn't even exist. You've been helping them and they've been helping you build this case from the start. So before there was ever a judge, before there was ever a jury, you already were selling the case on your channel. You were already spinning the narrative before it even started. You already were helping build this case so the jury hopefully did see your channel before this was all out. They wanted you to get this all out immediately. I am smelling a rat as well. Drop the rats in the chat, y'all. Is Tisa a rat? Drop the rats. She was sent here to set Diddy up.
Cassie. Jane Doe I knew her before she knew Mr. Combs, and she really wanted this. She has caused a lot of ruckus in our lives in the past 3 years to where the kids didn't want her around. I feel like she is doing what she wanted to do to get what she wants. She has, like I'm going to say, he has tried to break up with her, and she has really flipped out and was very angry when he had a fourth child. And that really started a spiraling.
And you're talking about Jane?
Yes.
And then there's Cassie.
Yes.
Cassie and Jane. What is going on here, gang?
First star witness.
Yes.
Who has moved on with her life.
Yes.
and still said from the witness stand she very much loves Sean Combs.
Yeah.
What do you make of Cassie's tale from the witness stand?
What do y'all think about all the people connected to Diddy? And everyone's just saying this is all bullshit. Everything that's coming out after the case, it was all bullshit.
I have had to deal with her for the whole time of the
And this is Kim Porter's friend right here.
relationship because Kim, there's a picture of the three of them. Kim was still with him and she was 4 months pregnant with twins. So there's a lot of things that weren't told and didn't come out in that my friend went through and the hurt that she caused.
What do y'all think about this, man? What do y'all think about this, man? Let me know in the chat.
You know, I am very disappointed in a lot. She's very close to my kid, and I'm just very disappointed in things that she said because
Man.
everybody had choices, and I lived it, so nobody can sit there and tell me that nobody could have done this and nobody could have did this. I lived it.
Some people would say that the women are victims of a horrible man. Other people might say that
Get the likes up, y'all. Double tap that screen. Let's go.
these women put up with horrible behavior because there was a payoff. How do you view it?
I feel like this, especially with number 2, who I was very, very close to. I feel
This is someone who is directly in these people's lives.
that I'm not going to excuse the things that he has done that was wrong, because those are issues that he needs to work on, but they also did things.
So he said on Tasha K that Tisa Tells lied on him. Man, she done lied on everybody.
That were not right, and a lot of things that were not told in court. Sorry.
So what do y'all think about that, man? What do y'all think about that?
Diddy paid for parties, but Diddy didn't profit from parties. Diddy was never throwing parties to profit off of women's sexual activities. He funded them. That ain't pimping, that's a lifestyle. No one during this whole trial said that he managed them like an escort service or that he got a cut off of anything. He did it on an enterprise. He threw big ass wild parties. There's a difference. The woman consented, and plenty of times the woman initiated the whole party. These women got on the stand and said that they wanted to do these OFs. They initiated these OFs. They said that they did it because they loved him, because they wanted to please him, because they know that it was going to make him happy. And they loved him and still love him. That's not coercion, that's emotion. And that's not trafficking, that's relationships. They also showed emotional relationships over and over and over and over again. Not sex for hire arrangements. These were adult women consenting. They weren't being pimped. They had a choice. Yes, he flew women out. Yes, he had parties, but he flew women out that he was dating, that he was in relationships with, that he loved, that loved him, that willingly wanted to be there for a good time. So seriously, you gotta ask yourself, is that transportation for prostitution? Or is that relationships with benefits? Because if that's the case, then a lot of y'all will be guilty for flying your sneaky links to Miami. Nobody talking about the Abercrombie CEO. He didn't get this type of treatment. Why? Because of the color of his skin? This man was knowingly flying young boys to private islands for this sexual activity. And there was contracts. There was grooming. Where's the outrage for that? That man got bail. And this man was willing to put up everything and still no bail. That don't make y'all feel some type of way? It really be your own people. I'm telling you, them other people on the other side, they ain't playing that. They riding for theirs. And they prevail every time. Think this ain't about race and power? They assassinating this man off of assumptions. Meanwhile, white men with literal sex islands get to walk free. And don't get me wrong, not everybody's gonna like Diddy, but all I'm saying is that if he doesn't get a right to a fair trial, what does that say for y'all?
I just want to know how y'all gonna feel if it happens to be your brother, your cousin, your son. Once they're done with him, they just gonna continue on to the next black man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Diddy paid for parties, but Diddy didn't profit from parties.
What y'all think about that? And that's exactly what I've been saying. Like, y'all are too busy. And the next part I want to read, I'm not gonna be able to show it on the screen because I'm not trying to dox nobody. So I'm gonna give y'all some information. Like I said, I got the whole drop. People been playing around with Big Ratchet, but Big Ratchet got the entire drop. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I could show this part. I can show this part right here. It says 2 days ago, while trying to catch up on everything that happened that day, I noticed all of you were on live. I thought it was cool and decided to compile the moment together. I posted the whole thing on my channel just a few hours ago, not even 24 hours yet. I didn't know you, but I had heard of Tisa. I never watched her. It's not because it's not because of the opposing views. It's just that she was so strong in what she felt. I could tell there was some bias. Either way, my point is that you weren't the first guy she argued with, but you were the second. Only two people confronted her before you all figured out the final say about the bond, or at least the time frame she was talking about. I have to wait 24 hours to try to get the Nancy Grace video, but I already had it on X. I'm sure YouTube is going to flag it because Nancy G, but I'm still gonna try. So people they've been saying like, look, bro, we know that you ain't the only person that Tisa had issues with. A lot of people had that view on Tisa Tales. One thing I don't understand is how she defines mob. LOL, even if you were upset, you didn't cross any insane line of disrespect like she's claiming. Maybe her wig was so dry, might need to collect it for evidence at this point. Saying someone is a fed isn't the same as calling them a bit. Clearly, they said clearly at the very least, she's associated with the opposing side. I don't know what's going on, but stay up. I had to edit those videos, and I don't remember anyone calling her a B. Maybe a few F bombs were dropped, but that's it. The claim Tisa tells lies can be proven true from just one lie. That's why people shouldn't play with the law unless they're willing to be fair, objective, and unbiased. That last one is the hardest. If anything, she proves the point that the feds play games trying to win a case, lying, sitting there being a hypocrite, lying about Diddy, and they said Diddy and you in just 5 minutes. Check the video on X, then watch my episode 2, but episode 1 gives a better idea of when it started since you were doing something else while she was being confronted by the first guy. Man. And no one is talking about him. He's important when it comes to her claiming there's a mob saying all these really nasty things to her. Exactly. So, point proven, the girl is a pathological liar. Point proven, right? So, I don't want to show this part, but I'm going to read a little bit of this to y'all. I found that Tisa Tell's alleged name is, and I ain't gonna put it out, we'll just say Jackie, and it's got a last name up there, and it says her age is 44, married to Jermaine. I ain't gonna put his last name out there, but it says 11/14/1980, and currently living in blank blank blank. She is not black, but of Asian descent, mainly Hawaiian, Filipino, and Vietnamese. Used to live in Napa, California, aka Valley Girl. Tisa Tell stated in her live videos that she suffers from severe ADHD. I read somewhere she also allegedly suffers from bipolar. Why? I don't know. What does that rhyme with? Along with her blank illness of ADHD. Hence why she can't go on and on. Well, hence why she can go on and on like the Energizer Bunny. And YouTube is her main job. Tisa's husband, Jermaine, is always busy and is a notary. and is in real estate, allegedly. Tisa Tells makes no sense on her videos and repeats herself. Her grammar and clickbait titles are annoying, all for attention, clicks, and views. Tisa Tells gives narcissists. Look at me, 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 me. This is what I Googled and I found so far. It appears to be her after researching her maiden and married names. Tisa Tells removed a lot of her personal pics, business ties, and family information, even though she talks about everyone for a living. And they got it all. I ain't gonna put it all out there. I'm just gonna tell y'all some of this shit. They said Tisa Tells family history goes like this. I'm just gonna say Jose is the pops, 81, of Makawao, Maui. Died February 19th, 1995. He was born in Ilocos Norte, the Philippines. Survived by his sons, Gerald, Alvin, John, and Henry, all of Honolulu. Daughters, Josie of Honolulu, Florence of Kalulu, Lenora of California, and Miss Eugene Darlene of Lanai, Darina of Makawao, Jamie and Jacqueline of California. 9 grandchildren, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So that don't sound like a black woman to me that was raised around black people. It just doesn't give. And she lies and says she was raised by black men. I knew she was lying. She likes no black men. And the way she has something to say and calls black men dusties. She also called Michael B. Jordan a dusty. How is Michael B. Jordan dusty? By the way, you the GOAT. And then it says him, man, this is crazy. So Jose of Maui, born in the Philippines. Crazy work, right? And everybody's from Honolulu in the Philippines. The whole family tree comes back as Honolulu and the Philippines. Man. What y'all think about that? But I thought you identified as in the community. I thought you was a part of the community. So yeah, they smeared Diddy in the press before anything kicked off. She is a feminist and a colorist. She did sound racist as fuck if you think about it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you think about it, remember she called the children minions. Yeah, exactly. She called his kids minions, and she been saying a lot of off the wall stuff, man. This whole time. Now it's starting to all make sense, dog. Now everything I said, I hope I connected all the dots in this. I hope everybody sees the dots that Big Ratchet has connected for y'all. Now I can't do nothing but come up here and just give y'all the truth, man. I got to give y'all the truth at this point. So what y'all thinking, man? So she needs to be deported. She was a part of the reason for Jonathan Majors. She stayed on his neck lying every day. And it's given she's gonna attach Ratchettv and Diddy, and this is gonna be her little storyline. Like you're trying to milk this shit. But I'm gonna tell you right now, God don't play about your boy Big Ratchet, man. I'm one of the chosen ones. I'm well equipped to win this war with you, Miss Tisa. I don't care how many people you got in your audience. I don't care how many of your minions that you bring my way. Dry Wig, Peg Bundy, I'm all for it. Your boy Big Ratchet just getting started. This was a warning shot. That's all this was. I've been listening and I hear you loud and clear, baby girl. I say this, I don't have to yell and scream. I only did that day because I needed everybody to hear me, including yourself on your live. And I want your live audience to hear me. I wanted everybody to hear me call you out for your lies. Now, the fact that you're a liar, I've showed in this episode. Easy to tell you're a liar. Like the fact that you lied, me saying Tisa telling lies, I'm not slandering your name. You literally be telling lies. So I say this with the straightest face I could say it with. That what just happened tonight, this is just the beginning. It gets worse. You say my name, I come out like Candyman. If I think you're talking about me, I'm popping out in your dreams like Freddy Krueger. Big Ratchet ain't never took no L. It's gonna take a lot more for the shit you saying that's gonna get me to take a L. I'm here to stay. Can't nobody do nothing with me. I'm the fucking problem. Big Ratchet is the GOAT of this shit. I'm going down as the greatest to ever do this. You in my journalistic lane. You can't survive here with me. You don't even talk good enough to even have a war of words with me, sweetheart. And this ain't a war. Nah, this practice. You're in my way of something else. You're in my way of the truth. You can't stop me. You're a peon compared to the people I'm going against. I want the people that are protecting you. I don't give a fuck about you. You can just get the fuck out of my way and let me continue to reveal the truth to my audience. But your lies will be exposed. You can do whatever you want with my name. We know who you are, though. We don't need to use that. Not yet, at least. We don't got to go that far just yet. Just know we know. We know everything on this side. This is Big Ratchet and the Ratchet Gang. Once we get started, you thought you was sweating outside, turning red, pink, looking like Majin Buu. Oh, it only gets worse. It gets worse, baby girl. So, with that being said, Ratchet Gang, it's been one hell of a night. Hopefully y'all were entertained and hopefully y'all see the light. If you don't, it is what it is. If you still think I'm a hater, so be it. It is what it is, man. We're not doing no tripping over here. But this one was to correct all that bullshit. I'm back home now. I got time. I can sit right in front of this computer and work all day. And there's so much more that I want to say, but I'm just going to leave it right there. There's so much more I could say. You don't want to do this with me, baby. You don't. So continue to drag it out as long as you need to. Just know that this was a warning. Then we take the gloves off. This your boy Big Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang. And this is Ratchettv. Until the next episode, gang, I will be back tomorrow night. I love all y'all more than y'all will ever know. Get you some rest. Get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about all this. I got to get off here now. I'm finna go get me something to eat. I'm hungry. I'm finna take me a couple shots or something. Salute to the gang. Salute to the gang. Salute to the mother gang. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, I love y'all more than y'all will ever know. I'm finna get the hell up off here, man. Salute to the gang, man. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, stay off that Diet Coke, Karen. Stop doing Diet Coke, Karen. I'm out, gang. Tone bite.